Ladies, can you hear me? Press 1 if you can hear me clearly. Let's see. I'll wait. Let's see. Boom. Thank you, Colette. Thank you. Thank all of you. Y'all, the world is changing around you, and you need to divest as quickly as possible. What's going on, religion free? Katrina's here. Geisha Peach is up in here. Candy's Gifts is here. Who else we got? Bella Goth in the building. One Candy Sweet. Scorpio Phoenix Rising is here. AO is in this building. We finna have some serious talk and some fun tonight. So buckle in and happy Friday. Who else is in here? Mistress Rogue is in here. Check this out, y'all. Okay. We've already had an issue with mammies and black women in general who seem to can't stay away from the unicorn, stay away from the dusty, stay away from the lame, stay away from the educated, so on and so forth. It's getting ready to get real around here. I know you don't think so because a lot of people don't take the shit serious. They don't. You just don't take the shit seriously. But what you're getting ready to witness, if something's not done, is going to number one, be scary. Number two, tug at your heartstrings, which you can't let it do. Okay. Don't forget that we've been saying for the longest, stop fucking broke ass men. Usually they're nakers, right? So you're going to have to put your heart away. Roe v. Wade is no longer a right in this country. You don't get to decide, right, whether you want to keep this baby or not. But let me tell you this. There's some places that you can still get the abortion or in your pregnancy, because I'm trying not to trigger YouTube's algorithm, in your pregnancy in this country. The problem is you motherfuckers are too broke to buy a goddamn pack of diapers. So you damn sure can't get not even a bus ticket to get over there, a hotel room to recover, and then come back. Y'all are getting ready to witness some shit that you've never seen before, because a lot of you were not born before Roe v. Wade went into effect in 1973. This shit is getting ready to be amazing, and some of it is going to be humorous, because the bitches that told you, not all, y'all are extremists, y'all are this, that, and the third, they fixing to find out the hard fucking way that fat meat is greasy. You understand what I'm saying? Ebony, I know you had some shit you wanted to say. Let's go.
What I wanted to say is, well, we're here. Um, what is the quickest way to get a young black girl out of the game?
Babies.
Basically, have her pregnant. Black girls don't have support, okay? And the kind
Mhm.
of support that they need, they're not going to get in Blackistan, okay? We're about to have food shortages, people.
Mhm.
Real food shortages. The baby formula thing, that was just the tip of the iceberg, okay? We're about to have real food shortages and they want people to shit out kids. I don't get it. I
I
do
don't
get
want
it, but
y'all having your heart on your sleeve. No worries. We're going to get to the unicorn show. I promise you. Because we're going to end on a light note. But don't let these people tug at your heartstrings. I know that you're a woman. I know that you're a lot more compassionate than the other gender. Okay. Don't do this. You will sink with the ship if you try to do this shit. Like I've been telling y'all for the past few weeks, get your heart off your sleeve. Because this ain't it, y'all. You think this is it? You think this is it? This is just the goddamn hors d'oeuvres. The main course hasn't come yet, because next they're gonna go after your contraceptives. Okay? Next they're gonna
they're
go after
good.
you. Go ahead.
Clarence Thomas already said they want to go after those cases where birth control was made was basically protected. Your right to birth control was protected under a couple of cases under the privacy rights guaranteed by the Constitution. Okay? They want to get rid of your pills. They want to get rid of your IUDs. They want to get rid of Plan B. They want to get rid of all of it. They want to fucking force you to have a child because you fucked somebody. And
Mhm.
what if that wasn't even your choice?
Hey, they're gonna find out. It is what it is. Divested Dreamer, she wanted to know what Geechee is. The day of the Geechee is over is just a funny saying that came from a show that I used to watch, right? It's just talking basically saying the old way is done. Nobody's gonna have any compassion. Nobody's listening to you. Nothing. Every shit is changing. So in some circles, they say the day of the Geechee is over. I just wanted to throw that out there. You must be young. You must be young. But yeah, y'all, I'm sorry, but I'm going to end up enjoying some of this. I'm going to enjoy the tears of the bitches that said that ain't none of this going to happen. I'm going to enjoy the not all crew standing outside trying to figure out what the fuck they're going to do with their sixth baby. I'm going to enjoy you having to call that old mammy ass auntie of yours to borrow $200-300 to go and fix your problem. Okay, maybe I'm sadistic that way, but I can't stand hardhead motherfuckers that don't understand what's happening in real life. You had the
This is going to
luxury.
hurt the community
It
and the
is.
economy.
It is. You had the luxury of being forewarned, and now you get to reap the benefits. Aaliyah, what you got?
Well, I'm gonna try to take my time with this one because I've been rushing all day and I just got home. But what I want to say about this is I heard that they were trying to fuck with the contraception. And there I have to step in because We need contraception, specifically condoms. That is very fucking important. For anybody who doesn't know, Monday is National HIV Testing Day. A lot of your community based organizations actually did a lot of their testing today. So, but Monday is the official day for those who don't know. Go and get tested. You are well aware of the latest statistic that came out specifically about Black women. I don't need to go back into that. But when you're talking about fucking without contraception, that is going to add a whole nother layer to this because we need contraception perhaps more than anybody in this country at this point. When you pair your condoms with PrEP, it increases their effectiveness at least 98, 99%. So when you have used those two things together, you are damn near at 100% protected from HIV. But they want to fuck with all of that. You know, I just, that's all I have to say right now. Just go make sure you get tested. And trust me, if you are positive, this is not the end of the world for you. There are antiretroviral therapies that you can take that will put you into viral suppression. All you have to do, please get in and take the medicine. I cannot stress that enough because anybody who's still out there and you're positive and you know you're positive and you're just spreading this shit to be fucking low down because you're upset because you have it or whatever the case may be, you can go and get this medicine for free even if you don't have insurance. That's not an excuse. So that's how you know these people are just being low down and wicked. You don't have to have insurance. Go to your local public health department. They have the Ryan White program. Gilead, the company that gives you your PrEP, they give you Truvada, they give you Descovy. They have a program that will help you get these meds for little or nothing. So it's like you have no excuse not to be taking this. And undetectable means untransmittable. Okay, you equals you. Meaning, if you go into viral suppression, you will not keep spreading this shit. And it will be decades, perhaps, as long as you take care of yourself before that HIV can keep replicating and do enough damage to your immune system to turn into full-blown AIDS. You can shut all that shit down just by taking the meds. It's on you. And we need this shit more than anybody. It's scary. I've been on my ass all day. I've been on my feet all fucking day while some of these bitches who want to take the time to talk about us, I've been on my feet all day putting up with this shit. And it's ridiculous. You got to protect yourselves, protect your health, protect all of that. And trust me, if they fuck with the contraception in addition to overturning Roe versus Wade, shit finna get a lot more realer than you think it is. Because what the fuck do y'all think is going to happen to them numbers? It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And for the people who want to sit on their ass and make fun of certain states because you think, oh, that shit is over there. Oh, that shit is affecting that community. Oh, that shit ain't going to, oh, I'm not worried about that because I don't live over there with them people. Okay, but what the fuck do you think? You think these people just stay where they are? So when they leave or they move and they venture out, this is the shit they're bringing with them. And it may be coming to a neighborhood near you. So before you take that attitude about it, I really need you to think about that as well.
To piggyback off of that right there, say for instance, you live in California and they haven't done anything to abortion rights. You still have access to it or whatever. Well, that hood rat from Texas doesn't have it anymore. They're coming over there and guess what? It's a first come, first serve thing. So if the bitches from Texas, Houston, where the fuck ever, is throwing that thing in a circle and getting pregnant like shit is sweet, she coming over there where you are, and you're going to have to make an appointment behind her. Mind you, you only have a certain amount of time that you even qualify for it. So like she was saying, it's going to affect you, even though it's not in a neighborhood near you, because you know how niggas are. Wherever the trophy is, that's where they're headed. Okay, that's why they get so upset when motherfuckers open up a new school and it's zoned out of their area. They start with the picket signs talking about racism and shit because they want a piece of that new pie. They're not going to stay where they are. If you live in New York, you already know it is so many people in New York. But the people that are from Alabama gonna take their ass up there because guess what? It's been a failure to try to get black women to stop fucking black males. It's just been a failure. We even had a content creator that says that that's ridiculous to even ask. I'm sorry, I'm of a different opinion. I think you need to knock the shit off. It ain't that serious. It's really not. How in the world can you not resist a broke bottom of the barrel, bottom of the goddamn totem pole ass nigga? How is it hard? But that's just me. It's getting ready to get real, y'all. It really is. And I feel sorry for some, but the vast majority of them, I don't. I don't, because you're up all night on 8-hour lives talking about what ain't and what is, and not all, and not my son, not my cousin, not my daddy. Okay, well, good. You said what you said. I'm going to sit back for the next few years and watch. You better hope your congressmen, your local folks do the right thing. All right. So that you can have access to the shit that you need. If not, do you think that these people going to sit back and starve? You better get your weapon. Like we've been saying forever. Get your ass a gun if it's legal in your state. Because crime is getting ready to go up. Birth defects getting ready to go up. Poverty's getting ready to go. Listen, it ain't no goddamn game out here, but hey, it is what it is. Elle, you got something to add to this bullshit?
All I got to say is shit about to get real rough around here. Ain't that what
Mm-hmm.
they say on there? Shit about to get real rough around these parts. And all I have to say is uh until they start messing with contraception, you need to make sure that you are on your shit. That's it. You got to make sure you on your shit. It's so much birth control around here and it's free. Go make sure your ass get on birth control so you can control when you reproduce, how you reproduce, and who you reproduce with.
I'm
Take
not
care of yourself. That's all I got to, oh, I'm sorry. That's all I got to say. Worry about yourself and make sure you stay on your shit.
I'm not going to be touched by any of your GoFundMe's. I need to travel to New York because I had a lapse in judgment one night and I can't afford no more babies. Listen, keep your GoFundMe out my motherfucking face because you got a chance right now to knock this shit off. You've been had a chance for years, but you're still doing it, and I find you I find you comical. Okay, Shane, what's happening, boo?
Hey, DZ. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
I just want to say with this is that I am just frightened for the children that's gonna, be produced as a result of all of this craziness because I don't want to see, you know, uh, unalive babies just littering the streets. I
Yeah.
don't want to see that. And it's I'm so scared to death that we're just going to be seeing this, just these poor babies just thrown out in the streets, or taken by the father, and just, I'm trying to use my words carefully because I don't want to get you dinged, but you know what I'm saying. I
I
don't want
do.
to see these unalive babies just strewn all over the place, and that is what is tearing my heart apart. It's one thing for the mothers and the fathers. Well, there are no fathers, the mammies and the nakers, to have these, to do what they want with their lives, but the children are going to suffer, and that's who I am scared for.
Check it out, y'all. Look at what Kathleen said. See, she says Plan B won't be illegal if pot is legal. You see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Even with this landmark decision, folks still don't believe certain things can happen. Right now, if you're in America and you got your feet on the ground, you're standing in a place where a man with a dick can marry a man with a dick, but you can't get an abortion. Keep pretending like something can't happen. Okay? You need to protect yourself. You can't count on Plan B being legal the whole time. Hopefully, it stays legal, but it's more shit coming down the pike. Just prepare for it. Don't say what can't happen Because there was a lot of people before this decision came down and said it'll never happen. I don't give a fuck what leak. It ain't gonna happen. They can't take away their right. They can't do this. They can't do that. They can do what the fuck they want to do. And they got the assist.
DZ,
Hmm?
the foster care system is not ready for what it has now.
Mm-hmm.
And
We
also, I would like, go ahead.
we have the highest assault rate of any demographic. So now, if that happens to you, tough luck. I hope you got a plane ticket.
Mm, 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 mm,
And
mm,
also
mm.
to add to that, people just don't realize how fucking dangerous this shit is about to be from a medical standpoint because people don't understand that people don't give a fuck about the law. They never have. Let's be clear on that. So whether it's illegal or not, what they're forcing people to do is to start them back alley chop shop
Preach,
butchering
preach.
goddamn abortions. They're not gonna stop that shit. You're just forcing them girls to the back alley so they can be fucking butchered now. That's all that's gonna happen. They're gonna start back doing that wire hanger shit,
Yep.
throwing themselves down the stairs or any damn thing else they can think of, or just drink and drink and drink and drink. I've seen girls do that, just drink and drink and drink and drink until they just killed the baby on its own. I mean, that's the type of shit you're gonna see. If people don't want something, they're gonna get rid of it. It doesn't matter what you do or what you say or what you think. Okay?
Or Aaliyah,
So
or Aaliyah. If they drinking and drinking and drinking and the baby don't die, it come up with fetal alcohol syndrome and a whole bunch of other problems. And it
Y'all
just
yeah,
gonna have
just
it
a
to
fucked up
where
individual.
Well, I
when
want to also
you go in
say,
a bathroom in a public restroom and gonna think you hearing things, there's gonna be a baby in the garbage can. You gonna
yes,
think you losing your goddamn mind. It's like I know I don't hear a baby in here. I know I don't hear a baby in here, but you hear a
yeah.
baby in there. That's gonna go up as well.
And the thing about Dizzy, if I were to give anybody in the audience Plan B in the wrong state, they will have my hands tied up behind my back in shackles.
Yeah, that's a
here's
This
fact.
the
is
thing
no
about
freaking
Plan B.
joke.
Plan B is not going to work because you have to be within a certain weight range to be on Plan B. A lot of people don't even discuss that too, with the obesity rates being the way that they are. That's another problem. Like I said, we just have health issue on top of health issue on top of health issue. It
Yes.
never fucking stops. It's like a never ending hamster wheel. Things just keep going around and around and around, full circle. And it's like it always comes back to we're the most impoverished. We're the ones that's gonna suffer the most. And it's like, I'm tired. I'm fucking
Let's just
tired,
say
literally.
Plan B really ain't gonna work too well if you fat. Okay?
Y'all, let me tell you something. Before Kyra gets started and she says what she's gonna say, because I know she got some fire shit. A lot of this stuff was asked for by your ineffectiveness. And this is one other thing I wanted to bring up. Remember, I told you stop with the fighting for the multi-letter mafia. Stop it. You fighting real fucking hard, sis, to make sure he can get what he want done or whatever. Where is the group of multi-letter mafia that's having a meltdown for you because of this? I'll wait.
Hey y'all.
Nobody's fighting your battles at all. You're fighting everybody else's while your shit is falling apart. Somebody point me to the multi-letter mafia group that's having this outrage because of what just happened to women's health. I'll wait. I will wait. Let me shut the fuck up and wait. Y'all better
Hey,
quit fighting for folks. Hey, Melinda, how you doing? Melanie, I'm sorry.
I'm good. How are y'all?
We're awesome. Let Kyra
Hey,
go ahead and put her shit in, and then it's on you,
Melanie.
Melanie.
Good evening, DZ. Good evening, ladies.
Hey y'all. Hey Kyle.
Hey.
So, DZ is absolutely right. I have 2 points and then I'll go on mute. One, DZ is absolutely right. Too many women in general, but we're going to talk about black women over here. You're so concerned with the rights of the Roy G. Biv group. You're so concerned with the police hemming up cicadas, but you've let your own shit fall apart.
Mm.
And it's time to stop that. You need
I'm still waiting. Where's the group of lady boys that's fighting for your rights? I'm waiting.
where are the allies? You know,
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Also,
and
this law was pointed at us too. A lot of black women think, oh, that's not our problem. Oh, no, they have pointed that law straight at us because they need a new, fresh crop of Negroes.
Mm,
they look the people that invested in the prison industrial complex and all that stuff. They need the
Thank you.
cicadas levels to stay up. But look, black. The other thing I wanted to make is, look, those of you who have younger black women in your purview, or those of you younger black women who are listening, cicadas already like to target black girls that are between 16 and 24 years old. We know that. They love anytime they see a black woman, a black girl, her star is rising, she's has the ability to make something of herself, they love to target them. You need if you have if you're older and you have younger black girls in your purview, or if you're younger yourself, you need to get birth control that is going to be a longer term birth control. You need to consider an IUD or a Norplant or something that's going to be longer
they
term and give
not
you
gonna
years
do none of that
effectiveness.
shit, Kyra. They not gonna do none of that shit because we still got people that have hope out here that what they can't do. What they can't do this. They can't do that. Girl, all right. You gonna be the old lady that's living in a shoe, got so many kids, she don't know what the fuck to do. Okay,
Oh,
keep it up.
and last thing, if it really comes to that, it is perfectly legal to surrender a baby at a hospital or a firehouse. Just letting y'all know that
It's a
without
damn
penalty.
shame that you have to say that. Why can't we just say, hey, you probably should knock off fucking these dudes that don't have no resources, power control, or ever built nothing. Hey, all of this stuff won't even apply to you if you don't fuck them. And if you ended up having a involuntary sex situation, guess what? There's places that have exceptions for it. But the shit that you can control, you probably should control. All you got to do is take that left leg, stick it over the right leg, and chill. Have some ice cream or some shit. Why even fuck around with these niggas? I can't.
I get the concept behind what they think they're doing, and they thinking they're actually forcing people to be more responsible with their reproductive systems and the choices that they make and the people that they sleep with and all of this stuff. And in a perfect world, that would go smoothly. But since we know the type of people that we're dealing with, it's not going to stop anything. These girls are going to be going to the hospital, and it's going to be a lot more of them dying. It's gonna be a lot more of them
Exactly.
fucking up. It's gonna be a lot more of them fucking up their wounds. Because, like I
Yep.
said, if you want to do some shit, they're gonna do it. The law has never stopped them from doing that.
This the
They
group of
still
women that'll
do
sit up and go in a fucking hotel room and let people put concrete in their booty. Okay, these are the same bitches that'll go to a Motel 6 and let some crazy ass bitch stick their ass up with quickcrete. Okay, so yeah, it's getting ready to get real interesting around here. I feel sorry for the registered nurses that's gonna be working these ERs. I feel sorry for the fucking what do you call it, surgeons, anybody that's dealing with first responding paramedics, all these people. I feel so sorry for them because your goofy ass is gonna put their ass to work. That's who need to be marching next. First
This
responders.
this is an emergency, black
It
women.
is. It
You
is.
have had DZ, I don't know how many content creators up here telling you, huffing and puffing, telling you, okay, the shit has hit the fan now. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, this is a congressional failure. So I think the Supreme Court is trying to make Congress do its damn job,
Mm.
and Congress is not going to do it. So you're
Go,
going to be left in limbo.
go
Yeah.
ahead, Melanie. Melanie, go ahead. It's on you, boo.
Can it? Can I go now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Uh,
got kind of passionate up here. My bad.
okay. Yeah, you're right. Med search floor is gonna be full at some point. I'm already ready for that. Well, with that being said, yeah, we could talk about birth control, Nexplanon, IUDs all day, but I guess I'm coming from a different place. Is it that hard to to just be celibate? I mean, I'm not talking about the assaults or incest from girls and situations you can't help, but overall, these grown women, can y'all just not be doing it. I mean, what's so hard about celibacy? But do you have to be running around looking for the next lay all the time? I don't know.
I
They
was
are dick
celibate for
busy.
4.5 years.
I guess we're in this hookup
It's
culture.
doable.
It's this hookup culture. It's this casual sex. I mean, if women know, if they know what's good for them, these unmarried women, they would not be doing all this. This is not the time to be doing this.
We're going to
Yeah.
have a shit show, ladies. We're getting ready to have a shit show. Again, don't put your heart on your sleeve. Let them bitches drop. You did what you had to do to divest. You did what you had to do to get away from Negroes and Blackistan and all that shit there. Watch them drop. Grab you some popcorn, a glass of wine, and just watch it. You might can cancel your subscription to Netflix because this is going to be a little bit better than anything you got on Netflix because y'all know how black folk do. All they have is protest signs, and y'all did me wrong. Y'all ain't fair. That shit ain't gonna work this time. They did that shit right in your face. And make no mistake about it. People that have money, they're going to go ahead and get what they need done. They daddy gonna send them to get what they need done. If you understand what I'm saying, it's nothing's going to change for them. Maybe the poor ones, but the ones that have resources, this is not going to affect them because they're going to be able to travel. They got money to get the job done.
Yep.
Okay.
I guess I'm just looking at this from a whole totally different space because it's like, I mean, the realty is, and I'm speaking for mammies and friends and these women that don't know any better. It's not like y'all in meaningful relationships anyway. So what you need to be running around laying up for? Just be
Well,
simple.
they competing with the other bitch. I mean, literally, you got a time. Y'all remember on Facebook where people was wearing T-shirts talking about hashtag side bitch. This is the culture we come from. You hear me? Proud to be a side bitch. I can't do it. So since you proud of that, go ahead and be proud of that little bun in the oven. Because number one, I'm not paying for the abortion. Number two, I know that your motherfucking ass heard to do better. So you're gonna have to deal with that on your own. Anybody that was taken advantage of, I got you. But if you sat up there and threw them legs in a V formation and let that son of a bitch impregnate you, it's on you, boo.
And,
Mm-hmm.
and we
I
need to.
agree, Melanie. They need to take a break from the fucking and sucking. Is it really that hard? I myself have practiced celibacy for more than 5 years, actually, at a time. So, I mean, it's not hard to just lock it down and say, look, fuck it. I'm just going to be by myself for a while. Or, I'm
It'll
not
never
even
happen. With
where I
Blackistan,
know,
it'll
I
never
know, I know,
happen.
like in a perfect world, that's why I say, yeah, in a perfect world, you would think that they would be like, okay, well then we're just gonna fuck it. We ain't gotta, but it's act like it's almost as if they stay in heat constantly, like bitches
They
in heat.
are. They are. They are. You don't remember for the dick challenge, that embarrassing ass shit?
Oh
Yes,
my
that was
Child.
awful. That was
Can you explain
god
that to me?
awful.
I don't know what it is.
It was
Oh,
god. It
it
was
was
god
a,
awful.
yeah, it was horrible. It was a little online social media platform challenge where women were jumping their ass up there singing this song about what they do for the dick. So everybody has certain things that they basically would do anything for the dick. Hey, you gonna
Some
do anything for birth control soon, bitch?
some women
Well,
were
god.
so some women were
Evan,
so mammified on there. They were saying I pay the child support for the dick. Let them pay half the rent. Move in my house for the dick. Let them drive the car for the dick. And these were not no young girls. These were some middle aged heifers.
Y'all
Yeah.
should have seen the one Erica Badu ass did for the dick. I'm like, girl, go sit your ass down.
Ebony, it's like that you remember in the '90s at "What Would You Do for a Klondike Bar" jingle? It was like that, but the mammy
Yes.
fight version for black dick.
Man, we mess up everything.
Yeah, we do. Lipstick, what you got on this before we get to the Unicorn Awards?
Yes, I'm going to make my comment and leave so I can listen to the awards. But I have two things to say.
Mhm.
One, since Roe versus Wade, which was in the early 70s, fortunately, we have a lot more birth control options and pregnancy prevention options than we had in the 70s. So I just wanted to say that all is not lost. There is so many ways to even
It's
prevent
lost
having.
lipstick. These are black women you talking to. These are mammies you're talking to. So as far as they're concerned, the shit is lost because they don't fucking listen. It's done.
I agree, but I mean, look. I'm just putting it out there that all is not lost. And
Mm.
number two, um, states will pick. the Supreme Court just wants the states to do what they need to do. And I agree. I think the states should take this issue up state by state.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Thanks
so
for
I
adding
agree with
that,
that.
Miss Lipstick. I appreciate you coming up.
All right.
DZ, may I make another comment about this, or do you want to move on? Uh,
No, go ahead, boo.
Look, and also start having honest, real discussions with the younger women in your purview about sex. When I was 11 and I started my period, my sex talk from my mother consisted of one sentence: don't come in this house pregnant. How I
Mm-hmm.
was supposed to not come in the house pregnant, that was up for me to figure out. Don't, now that the stakes are higher, please talk to your daughters, your nieces, whomever, about safe sex practices and everything.
Okay. Well, ladies, I'm just gonna bid you good luck. Hopefully, this taught people that anything can happen, right? It won't get real to your counterpart until they start taking away Viagra and all that shit. And I might just vote for it my goddamn self. Ladies, look around. Nobody's fighting your battles. Stop fighting other people's battles. Please. It would behoove you to do so. Okay? Let me see what we got here, and then we're gonna get started with the award show. Mad Maiden, are you dusty? Mad
I,
Maiden, are you
oh,
dusty?
can you hear me?
Yes. Are you dusty?
No, I'm not.
Awesome. What you got?
Yeah. Well, just like the rest, I just want to make sure you guys can still hear me because just like the rest of the panel, I'm pissed. I'm pretty pissed. I'm calling from New York, so while I know that myself and my daughter are going to have our rights protected, I really can't say the rest for anybody either in the South or the Midwest. So, um, ironically, I don't necessarily feel sorry for them, except in a sarcastic fashion. I feel sorry for the incels in the manosphere because they're jumping for joy right now. They think that they're about to get a Handmaiden's Tale America. They're about to unleash that warrior class of women who protected the Black Panther on them. If they thought that feminism was a pain in their ass before today, imagine what a bunch of Gen Z girls literally screaming from the rooftops, "Don't touch me," is going to look like. If they think that if they think they're blue now, they're about to enter a whole nother spectrum. They're about to have indigo balls, but by the time these girls are done with them, I'm serious. Uh,
Y'all
these
do
are
me a favor and give Destiny a round of applause, please. It's Friday night and there's some attention seeking behavior happening. So, Destiny, I appreciate you, love. I'm glad you're here. I hope this is enough attention for you, right? I don't know what your actual problem is, but I find it fucking hilarious. Really? Girl, bye.
And that bitch can't spell neither. That bitch can't even spell blood right.
Child, that's a
Look at
fucking
these slow
trip.
motherfuckers. How you trying to insult somebody and you can't even spell words that you learn in second grade? Like, girl, bye. People is just so retarded.
They really are. They really, really are.
is that
And
what
th-
it was?
and
Okay.
take a good look at Destiny. This is exactly when you wonder why Black women can't ever get initiatives for ourselves, taking care of her, gaining larger traction. Is these type of treacherous hoes trying to infight?
That'll be all right. Hopefully you get pregnant with twins, sis. And you get approved for food stamps. Just I'm proud of you. Do your thing. I don't know what to say to you except for go have a seat somewhere. And I hope I've done you justice with the attention you were seeking. Hunty.
But
Cat
Dizzy, everything you just said, everything that y'all just said is the mammy takes the L on. First of all, these stamps have been cut off. I mean, I don't hear about nobody getting no stamps and snap like that. That and this Roe versus Wade has overturned, and it's just one damn L after another. It's like, what is it going to take for these women to stop? I mean, this is not.
nothing.
It's time to knock it off. This is not a laughing matter. It is time to knock the shit off.
Baby, they gonna be doing this shit regardless. Look at the countries where they're third world, they still have babies and there is no food around. So this ain't shit to Blackistan. It ain't gonna happen to me. And oh, don't forget, they boyfriend is different. They little Dusty, he's different. Cat Mouse, are you Dusty?
No, I'm no, I'm not. I'm far from it. Um, it's this is all just so interesting. I think another caller on here mentioned how the manosphere and the incels are jumping up for joy. Um, I had a talk with a fucking Dusty,
Oh, that's
and
where you fucked up right there.
yeah,
You fucked
I
up right
know,
there, babe. You
yeah.
should have no talk with these sons of bitches, I
Oh,
swear.
God damn, I know, and I regretted it within the first 5 seconds. He's all happy as a goddamn clam, just happy. And I asked him a direct question. I said to him, "What does a black woman gain by birthing a child from you?" And the only thing he can say was that the child will be born black. I'm like, okay, that's it. A black baby. So having sex with a black man will birth a black baby, and that's the benefit. That's the benefit of screwing you and having your dusty ass baby is that the baby will be black.
Well, what
So the
else is
baby
gonna
can
come out of a
starve?
Dusty's
I
mouth?
guess.
I guess I'm just not getting their excitement. Those motherfuckers don't want to be fathers anyway. So why you are not taking care of the children that's here?
I
So
got
why
the
in the
answer
hell
for
are they
you.
so happy?
The answer is this: they love when black women are miserable and they're
Yes,
disenfranchised. So
yes,
it's not that they want any children with you; they just don't want you to have options anymore. They want your life
yes.
to slow the fuck up. That actually
Yes.
turned these bitches on.
Yes, and that's basically what he was saying without saying it. And today, and I don't know why I didn't start this earlier. I stopped being pro-black. I am not pro-black. I'm pro-black woman, but I ain't pro-black. Because being pro-black centers black men, and they
Absolutely.
ain't. It centers cis hetero black men, and they ain't worth being
Look,
fucking
look, look.
centered.
Cat Mouse, I don't care what he is sexually. I don't do nakers at all, whether they suck dick or become single. I don't give a fuck. Fuck every
Right.
last one of them. But we get ready to get into our
Yeah, that's
show.
good. I'm
Okay,
so
I'm gonna drop off. Thank you guys. Thank you, ladies. Have a good day.
You
Yeah.
too.
I'm so glad that they're so happy. I want them to keep up all this gleefulness when it's time for them to pay child support too, because they cry about that shit so much. I don't expect that to get any better. So by these women and girls being forced to have these babies, just know that they coming for y'all motherfucking pockets. So while y'all so
They're
happy, don't cry later.
They ain't got no
they're
money though,
already
Leah.
DZ, they're already doing it in Florida. They already passed a bill that they're going to start going after men in Florida while the baby is in utero.
All right, well, let's get look. I'm ready to see it.
Thank
I'm
you.
ready to see all of that shit. It's time for
me,
some
me.
consequences to all the bullshit that we've been doing out here.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. I don't feel sorry for a soul unless they were taken
Well,
advantage of.
I think the bigger picture is this. I think a lot of it in this too is look at how much money these out of wedlock, especially all these like fatherless black children. Look at how much it's gonna cost the United States.
Mm.
But
We got
that's
a lot ahead of us, though, y'all.
yeah.
We do. Let's get this unicorn show popping, shall we?
Okay.
Everybody, throw yourself on mute real quick and then chime in whenever the fuck you feel like it. We fixing to have some fun. Okay? Welcome, everybody. This is our first unicorn show. There's no such thing as a fucking unicorn. Point blank, period. Right? Let's go ahead and get into this shit because I'm tired of hearing about unicorns. Let's go ahead and set the record straight. All right. Your civil rights unicorn. Right? You knew Martin Luther King was going to be his funky ass up here, right? Martin Luther King is a civil rights leader who also has his own holiday. Well, he was recorded by the FBI having multiple affairs. Word on the curb is this: He actually enjoys listening to women get R-worded, sexually assaulted. Okay. He also was in a marriage with Coretta Scott King, whom he did not want to marry. He actually wanted to marry a woman, a white woman named Betty. Next, number 2, we have Bayard Rustin. Bayard Rustin was a right-hand man of King. He was a civil rights leader and pro-fighter, right? He out there kicking it in. Problem is, he's complaining about racism. He was homosexual, right? It was so much racism around that he had time to get caught in the backseat of a car having a menage a trois with 2 white boys. All right. Point blank, period. Let's keep going. James Bevel. James Bevel is a horrible human being. He also was a civil rights leader, right? He was invited to talk to King in 1962. And you can understand how 2 sexually deviant motherfuckers want to meet with each other. In 1963, he led the Birmingham Children's Crusade March on Washington, right? Problem is this, he was fucking his daughter the entire time, and he ended up getting convicted of it in 2007. So hit 1 for Martin Luther King, 2 for Bayard Rustin, 3 for James Bevel.
Who that shit blew my head back, DZ, what you just said.
I'm gonna have to go with number 3 because he fucked his own daughter.
Number 3.
I don't know if it's gonna work.
3.
Number 3.
Looks like number 3 won this one. Yeah, he had sex with his own daughter, and he had been doing it for years. Let's go.
What is his name again? James Bevel? Is that what
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm about to Google that bitch.
Go ahead and do it. His daughter has an interview online where she is titled Survivor of Incest. It's crazy.
My God.
I'm not talking about he was touching her. He was literally fucking her and her 2 sisters. But it is what it is.
Wow.
NFL unicorn. We got Anthony McClanahan. Hey, he's a goddamn unicorn because guess what? He was a father, right? And a husband, family man. He was just amazing. Amazing. Problem is in 2017, right? He went on ahead and took a razor blade, cut his wife's face up, and then also stabbed her to death and went to jail in 2019. That's number 1, Anthony McClanahan. Number 2, now we fixing to have some beef. This is Russell Wilson, right? Everybody calls this motherfucker a unicorn, and you do what you do. I'm hashtag all. Let me tell you why he made the list. Number 1 is because of y'all give him too much credit for being a unicorn. Number 2 is because you weren't his first choice. Matter of fact, it was a Dusty Becky who didn't have to have anything going on, just a run-of-the-mill, look like a dude with titties, right? But when that didn't work out, I guess we'll go ahead and get a black woman. But guess what? She has to be a superstar. Fine, beautiful, tall, slim, all that good shit, and sell a ton of albums. So that black woman is the comparison of your run-of-the-mill Becky. It is what it is. Whoever don't like that shit, you can pull the fuck up. Russell Wilson is not a unicorn. He used you as a backup plan. Tell me I'm lying. I'm waiting for somebody to say I'm lying.
I'm gonna need a lot of black women to hop up off his dick. That's my issue. I be like, God damn, will y'all let this nigga's nuts go? Okay, he married to Sierra.
And they all want him, and they all claim they gonna have Russell Wilson.
Child, please.
Oh, I need Sierra's prayer and all this. It's like, God, what the hell?
Number 3, we got Jovan Belcher, right? He's also an NFL player, husband, father, family man. Beautiful shit. Problem is, in 2012, he went on ahead and shot his wife, drove to the stadium in which he played in every Sunday, and then deleted himself right in front of his coach. Okay, so we got number 1, Anthony McClanahan, 2, Russell Wilson, 3, Jovan Belcher. Go ahead and make your choice.
It's 1 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 1 because
Number
he left himself alive. At least 3 killed himself.
number one.
That's a one for me, dog.
Number 1 looks evil.
Looks like it's a tie between 3 and 1, but it looked like there's more 3s than 1. So I guess number 3 is the winner, Jovan Belcher. Let's go. All right.
I'm still
You got
going
something to add?
I'm still going with 1 because you never trust a black man with green eyes. He gets extra demerits for having green eyes.
Child.
Oh
Look.
Lord, what did Brian McKnight do?
Oh, you fixing to hear R&B unicorn, right? Brian McKnight, another family man, got married to his college sweetheart. They had 3 children, all is well, right? Absolutely the fuck not. The entire marriage, he was beating the brake pads off of this woman. He was even witness at Universal Studios punching his wife in line and while they waited for a ride. Okay? This is in front of everybody. Also, he slapped a French fry out of her mouth on that same visit while they were sitting up there trying to eat. Okay? So he abandoned his wife and ended up marrying another woman. He abandoned his children as well. They're online currently complaining about how awful of a father he is, and he won't even justify him. Okay?
Oh, DZ, don't forget he married the second woman he got with was a foreign preference that was a single mom.
Oh yeah, he takes care of her children as well, but he doesn't take care of his. You can Google it. He does not fuck with his sons. Point blank, period. Okay. Number 2, we got Ron Isley. He was a member of the singing group, the Isley Brothers. They became famous in 1973. He married his first wife, but after his album came out and he did well, he dumped her motherfucking ass. Then in 1993, he married Angela Winbush, who's also a singer, but she ended up getting breast cancer, so he dumped her for getting breast cancer. He wasn't with that bullshit. Then he went on to marry somebody that he's old enough to be their goddamn granddaddy.
Grandfather.
Okay?
Yeah, he got a young child too.
All right, number 3, August Alsina. Listen, okay? Anytime a black woman has sex with somebody and she starts complaining about the repercussions of such sex, they end up telling her to grow up, get your shit together. It was your fault. What did you do? Well, August Alsina has always been regarded as a very handsome, awesome singer. Women really loved him. He became popular in 2010s, right? But he's always been mentally unstable. He ended up having sex with what is her name, Jada Pinkett Smith, and then immediately jumped in victim mode, even though he was old enough to make sexual decisions on his own. So number 1 for Brian McKnight, 2 for Ron Isley, 3 for August Alsina. Let's go.
2. I hate 2.
Girl,
like
when did
that.
August Alsina ever get seen as a unicorn? I'm confused by that.
Right.
Yeah,
Bitches liked him.
because he has pretty privilege.
All the girls come out fine. He was.
Oh yeah.
I
I'm
remember
seeing
that.
a lot of ones. I'm seeing a lot of ones. Here goes some 2s.
I'm going on Brian McKnight shit. And he would be a lot less aggressive if he came out of the closet.
Y'all, Ron
Nope.
Isley won. I'm very surprised about that. Ron Isley for the win.
I think
I would like to add an honorable mention.
Okay.
I think Trey Songz should have been an honorable mention.
yeah.
And Usher Raymond should have been an honorable mention. Those 2 should have been honorable mentions.
Okay.
Oh Lord, look at all these niggas. Oh hell no. All of them, hell, all of them. That's the
I'm
Ew.
with you, all of them.
all of them.
Ew.
Shit.
Where's Future? Future should be there.
Future was on our Dusty Awards. I tried not to repeat
Oh, okay.
anybody because it'd be the same
Okay.
shit. But
All right.
honestly, he's never been considered a unicorn. But in some circles, number one, Offset is considered a unicorn because he married the mother of his children. Problem is this, y'all. He has 4 baby mamas. Y'all forgetting about that shit. Also, he's a serial philanderer, goddammit. He can't keep his dick in his pants to save his goddamn life. 4 baby mamas, serial philanderer. Also, there was gun charges pending, but those were eventually dropped. So Offset, number 1. Number 2, Tyga. Remember, Tyga was supposed to be a good guy as well, right? He got with Black China and they had a son and everything was cool. Unicorn status. Problem is, most rappers want to get with Kardashian, so he dumped the fuck out of her, got with Kim Kardashian, little sister, right? But the most recent thing that he's done in 2017, he beat the brake pads off of his girlfriend. Okay, beat her ass so bad that they didn't just charge him with domestic violence; they charged him with felony domestic violence. All right, T.I., listen. Just because T.I. is married with children does not mean he's a unicorn. You black ass chicks need to get off of that shit. T.I. has a fucking rap sheet long as my leg. Okay, he's done time in prison. He also has multiple baby mamas. Actually, he had a couple kids outside the marriage, but that's neither here nor there, right? But the most recent egregious bullshit that he did was went to the OBGYN with his daughter, who happened to be 18, to make sure her hymen was in place, right? That shit is creepy as fuck. So Offset number 1, Tyga number 2, T.I. number 3. Let's get it.
This got to go to Ti for me.
T.I.
I'm gonna say
3.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
3.
T.I. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I want to say Tiger because he was messing with that Kardashian when she was 15 on some pedo shit.
And Tiger also beat up his recent white girlfriend.
Yeah, but T.I. and his kid-faced wife was raping folks. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
Raping
gonna say
folks.
3. I'm gonna say T.I.
T.I. needs to go to jail expeditiously.
He sure do.
Yeah. And T.I. is responsible for putting Iggy Azalea on.
Y'all, T.I. won. T.I. won. Let's give it up for T.I.
Yeah, that's when he was trying to see whether his daughter was a virgin, I was done with him.
Y'all, it's real right now.
Oh my God.
Okay. This is
Oh,
one
Lord.
of the ones that it was hard to narrow the fuck down, y'all. Pastor unicorns, it's hard because there's a lot of black women that are Christian, right? And they tend to take up for bullshit when it comes to it takes a special black woman that happens to be Christian that can see through shit. Okay. Pastor Jamal Bryant, he's from Baltimore. Okay. This motherfucker here was married for 7 years. The entire time he was married to his wife, Giselle Bryant, he fucked everything moving. Okay. He ended up getting a divorce in 2009 because she filed for it. Right. In the meantime, he's still, as a Christian pastor, fucking everything moving, and they don't have to be of age. He moved his church from Baltimore to Atlanta. I guess you're going to figure out why, right? He's slinging penis to anybody that'll give it to him. Take it from him, excuse me. That was a Freudian slip. Maybe he doing that shit too. I don't know. Anyway, number 2 is Eddie Long. Y'all know he's a pastor of a mega church, or at least he was. Married since 1981. People absolutely love Eddie Long. Hold on a second. Somebody got some feedback. Let me see who got the feedback. Okay. Right. He was married to Mary Vanessa, right? She also stuck with him when his allegations came out. Y'all listen to this. Several young boys came out, said that they were groomed by Eddie Long, said that he offered them sex, also exchanged nude photos with them. And in the meantime, he denied the entire thing. He ended up dying from cancer. Going on to number 3, Kenneth Atkins. Y'all, I'm voting for this motherfucker here. Kenneth Atkins, married pastor from Brunswick, Georgia. Before that, he was a political consultant in Jacksonville, Florida. 2010, he was arrested for molesting a 15-year-old girl and a 15-year-old boy. Was convicted in 2017, sentenced to 35 years, and he's currently appealing. Number 1 for Jamal Bryant, 2 for Eddie Long, 3 for Kenneth Atkins. Let's get that voting popping.
3.
What happened to that fat pastor, last name Gray?
He's still around.
Oh,
I forgot about him.
Oh yeah, honorable mention, Pastor John Grant. He's still cheating on his mentor.
I think something's wrong with Georgia,
It is.
Atlanta especially.
excuse me, Ebony, but this is a city of black excellence. This is a unicorn city.
Girl, you
Yup.
better leave me alone. Leave me alone with that.
I have an honorable mention. Pastor Dwayne Dawkins just got caught getting topped off. The video just went viral by him getting topped off by another man, embarrassed the fuck out of his wife. That was just a couple months ago.
Y'all, it looks like Mr. Atkins won, and I think it's because of the child molestation. Let's give it up for Mr. Atkins with his raggedy, dusty motherfucking ass. All right, y'all. Teacher unicorn. Get with an educator. Make sure y'all the ones keep picking these dudes off the street. Y'all the one that still like Pookie and Rayway. Well, baby, what if we picked a teacher and his name was Deontay Taylor, number 1? Okay. Deontay Taylor was a teacher at an elementary school, right, in St. Louis. He happens to be HIV positive as well. Get this. Okay. He molested a little boy, also putting him at risk for HIV. Okay, they arrested him. Okay, so while he's behind bars, he's trying to hire a hitman to kill the child so that they can't testify in court. Okay, that's Deontay. Moving right along. Kadarius Scott. This was a Bible teacher from Tennessee. There go that fucking Bible again. Taught at Tyner Miller Academy, right? He had a date, went on a date with a coworker, and they came in to have dinner and they just were talking. Well, she went to the restroom, and when she came out, he was standing right there with no motherfucking clothes on and told her, "You gonna take this dick. You think I'm lying? Look it the fuck up." He grabbed her by her neck, grabbed her hair, pushed her down, licked her goddamn neck, and began R-wording her. This happened in 2021. Okay? Number 3. I know. That's horrible.
Oh God.
Number 3 is Erickson Lamar Bynum. He's a high school teacher in Greenville, South Carolina, Greenville County to be exact. He ended up getting charged with second-degree murder, a second-degree assault and battery, sexual assault of a 16-year-old. He was performing oral sex on that girl in the classroom. Did you hear what I said?
Oh Lord.
Okay, he did it several times. Number 1 for Deontay Taylor, 2 for Kadarius, 3 for Erickson. Let's get it.
Number 1.
I'm gonna say
Number 1.
number 1. It's the
You
hit.
don't hire a hitman for a kid.
It's the
I'm
hit.
sorry.
It's the hitman for me.
3. I don't know.
It's exposing. It's just having relations with a child and exposing them to HIV for me. Come on.
How you gonna put out a hitman on a small?
Looks like number 1 won. Number 1 won this one, y'all. I think it was the hitman that took it over. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But this is y'all's unicorn, right? Let's give it up for the unicorn. All right. Moving right along. We got the coach. You know the coaches. the ones that's supposed to teach the little boys and how they're supposed to go ahead and make sure everything's all well. If they don't have a father, they're the role models. They recommend you dating coaches. And the black community say you overlook people like coaches and shit like that in order to be able to get with Pookie and Ray Ray. But let's see if we could have got with one of these coaches. The first one, his name is Nathaniel Bowie. All right, basketball coach at Mount Hood Community College. He's also an educational assistant at Hall Elementary School, right? Facing charges of soliciting and receiving pornographic images of children. Not children that he didn't know, children that he met at the basketball camp in which he was working. He's facing child pornography charges. Also, his charges are federal. Number 2, Lamont Smith, okay? Y'all, this is a basketball coach from University of Texas, El Paso. Texas is trash, y'all. Texas is trash. All right. He also coached at several other institutions. In 2018, he was arrested for domestic violence with force likely to cause great bodily harm and false imprisonment. Okay. Number 3, we got the Devontae Neal. Okay. He took his black ass to Idaho with this bullshit. He's an assistant football coach there. Oh, and all the children there looked up to him. That's the part that got me. He was a role model and very, very exemplary for a little while, right? Well, he ended up getting charged with first-degree murder via drive-by, planning a first-degree murder and shooting, what is this man's name? Brian T. Burns? Yes, all of this happened in 2017. So we have Nathaniel, the sex fiend. Number 2, we got Lamont, another sex fiend, and Devontae, the murderer. Let's see, 1, 2, or 3.
They're all bad. I just can't this time.
It looked like it's a balance between 1 and 3. I only see 2 ones. One. Hard choice. Lovely Larry. It's a hard choice. All right, this one looked like it's gonna be a tie, y'all, because there's several 1s and several 3s. So let's go ahead and give it up for who was number 1? Yeah, with that child porn. Number 1, Nathaniel Bowie is number 1, and then number 3 is Devontae Neal. Give it up for them 2 niggas right there. All right, people. Political unicorn. Y'all gonna miss me with the unicorns, and you're gonna miss me with not all. Okay. Number 1, Andrew Gillum. Ladies, this motherfucker here 2 years ago was caught in a hotel. He's a married man, married with 3 children. Beautiful black wife. She's kind of stupid, but she's a beautiful woman. Okay, he's caught in a hotel with a white male. He divested on her ass. He was an escort. These motherfuckers was getting high and fucking. They were found, well, he was found butt ass naked with a towel on the ground with vomit next to his head and illegal drugs in the system and on the goddamn table, right? If that ain't bad enough, he's also 2 days ago facing a 21 count indictment for wire fraud. Okay. That's your boy. And you got black women that take up for him. Number 2, Ray Nagin. Some of you women from New Orleans like Ray Nagin, I see, though. Ray Nagin, his motherfucking ass is a horrible human being. He was a New Orleans mayor from 2002 to 2010, right? He's a low-down, convicted goddamn felon 20 times over for corruption and bribery, and fraud and all that shit. Went to jail in 2014, was sentenced to 10 years, but due to C-19, he was released. Okay. Number 3, Eric Brewer. Eric Brewer is the former mayor of East Cleveland. Now, y'all, he was a man's man, role model, right? Everybody in East Cleveland loved him. Y'all, it's a difference between Cleveland and East Cleveland. He was the mayor of East Cleveland. Well, his laptop and some other device was stolen. Well, when they opened that shit up, this motherfucker is dressed like a whole woman, calling himself Erica. His name is Eric. He called himself Erica. He owned up to it. I will give him that. But he fooled the people because he was supposedly a man's man. He also took credit for putting the city, keeping them from having financial ruin. So, number 1, Andrew Gilliam. Number 2, Ray Nagin. Number 3, Eric Brewer. It's on y'all.
It's 1 for me.
I'm sorry, Andrew got this one.
Yeah,
Hands
Number
down.
1. But you know Andrew's about to have a nut in jail. He wants to go there.
I hope they take his ass to jail.
Now you know that's exactly where he wants to be. With all that dick.
They need to put some space between his wife and him because she too stupid, man. She go for anything with this motherfucker. Divinely Yvonne says number 1. Okay. Yeah, it's hands down number 1. Jenny Diamond 1. Kyra 1. Coco Fit. He said, Kyra, stop it. Okay. Like, yeah, it's number 1, y'all. Give it up for Andrew Gilliam. Y'all should have saw the picture of number 3, though. He looked horrible as a woman, but it's neither here nor there. He wouldn't have got that put out there had nobody stole his devices, but whatever. I don't know if we have any East Clevelanders in the house, but that was a hot-ass mess. Y'all should look up his picture. He looked like a mammy from 1996 with a pressing curl. I shit you not. Anyway, Dr. Unicorn. Dr.
Say
Unicorn.
it isn't so.
Sorry, Ebony.
They
I'm
all
so
think they all think they some unicorns.
Child. Dr. William Spencer, he's in New York. He's a general practitioner. He's married unicorn with 3 children. Okay. Already right there, he's a gold star unicorn. Problem is, he was having people suck his dick for OxyContin. Okay. Right. Shit you not. Multiple goddamn people. Right. This all happened in 2021. Exchanging sex for drugs. Also, he had a prostitution charge. Why he had that, I don't know, but they charged him with prostitution as well. Okay, that's Dr. William Spencer. Dr. Moses DeGraff Johnson, he is a doctor as well. He's originally from Ghana and he now holds dual citizenship. Well, coming here and being a doctor and being amazing and just a frolicking unicorn wasn't good enough. What he did was perform several angiograms to the tune of $29 million that patients didn't need. So now he's unable to practice and he's being sentenced to prison and also being told to pay this money back. I don't know how he's going to pay that back. He defrauded the government and his ass is in hot fucking water. He's been sentenced to 7 years in federal prison for those goddamn charges.
Oh my God.
I know. Dr. Prentice Madden, number 3, he is a veterinarian in Florida. I know y'all remember this cocksucking son of a bitch, right? Dr. Prentice Madden in Florida, he was a very popular veterinarian. All the white women and people that have dogs loved him to pieces, said he gave excellent care. Problem is this, he fucked the dogs. Girl. Did you hear what I said? He opened up the dog's ass and was clapping cheeks. Did you hear what I'm saying? He's been sentenced to 22 years for abusing those dogs. So we got number 1, William Spencer, who getting his dick sucked for OxyContin. Number 2, Mr. DeGraff, or whatever his name is, Johnson, he defrauded the government. Number 3, Prentice, who's fucking your pooch, all in his dookie shoot. 1, 2, or 3?
I gotta go with 1 still.
I still say 1, 2.
I thought that the cicadas from the diaspora were better. So what's up with number 2?
I know. Motherfuckers from Nigeria is supposed to be better than regular black folk.
Mm-hmm.
It's the dog lover.
Yeah, that's gross.
I'm gonna say number 3.
I
I'm
know
gonna
you
say
do
number
not have
three
him
because
holding a picture of a dog in his photo, DZ.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Do not make these easy at all because they're all equally as fucked up. So it's like you DZ don't make it easy.
Y'all, we gotta make sure the victims get shown too. The little dog didn't know what to do. We don't like dusty dicks, and so I'm sure the dog don't like it. Poor thing. I ain't
he
no
looks so
dog person.
sad.
I know, poor pooch. Let's see. It's a tie between 1 and 3. Goddamn William Spencer and the dog fucker. Let's give it up for the unicorns. Damn.
yeah, number three was worse for me.
I think in some instances, y'all, people will say number 3 is worse because the dogs didn't volunteer for that, but folks was volunteering to suck that man dick for Oxycontin. Is that where you were going with that, Shane?
Yes, ma'am, I was, because those people they consented to that. I mean, he took
They were
advantage. He
addicts,
exploited.
though.
Yeah, he exploited some addicts, but they still had a choice.
He
A
kn-
dog cannot consent.
And the
True.
doctors know how desperate these people are for them opioids.
Yeah.
Ah, well, we got our NBA unicorn, right? Sean Kemp. Y'all, on a side note, Sean Kemp is one of the ugliest motherfuckers I ever seen in my life. He's been ugly all his fucking life. He was regular ugly back in his young days, but now you have to look twice to make sure that's not an animal. Anyway, Sean Kemp played for the NBA from 1989 to 2003. He's married, has children, right? He was married since 2001, so that makes him a unicorn. He has money, he's married, and have children. That's a unicorn. Problem is, in 2005, he was arrested for drug possession, cocaine, and marijuana, right? He also, in what we used to call when I was a child, is a slush head. That's somebody that don't know how to deal with their alcohol. I know a couple of slush heads that have YouTube channels, honestly, right? They don't know how to deal with their alcohol. They come out and act a fucking fool every time they get something in their goddamn system. I know y'all surprised to see number 2, Carmelo Anthony. This is also somebody that played for Denver Nuggets in 2003, was married to Lala Anthony in 2010, and they had a son. Unicorn, right? No, Carmelo was fucking everything moving. Anything that had a pulse, he was fucking it, right? They have had a tumultuous marriage. She says that he was verbally abusive as well, and I believe the fuck out of her. While he's slinging penis, he's also another slush head. He was arrested for DUI in 2005, right? There's your Carmelo Anthony. I'm sick of hearing about how amazing he is because he's not. He ain't no goddamn unicorn. Allen Iverson. I don't know if y'all remember him, but
Yep, remember him.
he was drafted to the NBA in 1996. Very successful career for his height. I mean, he was successful as fuck. He was one of the shorter men there. He married his wife Tawana in 2001. Of course, they had a tumultuous marriage. They have children. Blah blah fucking blah. He has a rap sheet that's long as fuck as well. But when you're a good basketball player, your coaches in the NCAA can come and pay some people to get you off of there. So that charge was dropped. He divorced his wife in 2013. He's also another slush head, right? Getting arrested for DUI several times over the course of his career. He is still addicted to alcohol to this day. All right. NBA unicorn. Number 1, Sean Kemp. Number 2, Carmelo Anthony. Number 3, Allen Iverson. Let's see what you got.
I can't stand Carmelo Anthony.
I can't stand him neither. And y'all know he last year he got outed by that white woman. He got knocked up, and he was telling her he wasn't gonna help her take care of that kid.
Man, I like to make 3 honorable mentions. Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, and Dennis Rodman.
Michael Jordan, too. Michael Jordan.
That's true. That just goes to show you that all of them are fucking bad. Like we said, hashtag all. Who the fuck do we got? 2, 3, 3, 2, 2. All right. People can't stand Carmelo Anthony, and I agree with you 150%. Give it up for Carmelo Anthony with his funky ass. One was a close second, y'all. Sean Kemp, he's terrible. He get too much praise for being such a terrible human being.
Mm.
Pro black unicorn. Listen, y'all, I took everything I had not to put Dr. Umar on this bitch. It took everything I had not to put Mr. Nasheed on this bitch. But hey, you got a whole bunch of dusty sons of bitches. There was an array of people you could pick from here, right? Number one, Eldridge Cleaver. Y'all are fully aware what Eldridge Cleaver does. Y'all know what he did. There's a YouTuber here as well that uses Eldridge Cleaver's picture for his default pick. But let me explain to you why that's fucked up. Eldridge Cleaver joined the Black Panther Party in 1967, okay, because he all for black folks' rights and shit, right? He got married in 1967 as well. He's the author of Soul on Ice, a book in where he wrote that he was practicing R wording on black women so that he could be perfect at it by the time he took that shit log to white women. Do you understand what I just said to you? He was as a Black Panther now, practice R wording on black women so that he have it perfected by the time he gets to white women. Okay, let's keep the party moving. Let me go and scroll down because it's a hot ass mess. Anyway, number two, Dominique Alexander. He's a married activist from Dallas. I don't know if we have any Dallas folks in here, but tell me where I'm wrong here. He organized protests and he's the founder of Next Generation Action Network in Dallas. This son of a bitch has a rap sheet as long as my leg as well. His most recent crime, though, was beating the brake pads off of his wife. They charged him with a felony, and also they charged him for kidnapping because he wouldn't let her leave the damn room. But he beat the shit out of this girl, y'all, while he's fighting for black rights. Why is it that black men that so-called fight for black rights, why do they have a tendency to beat up their women? I don't know, but it's hard to find one who doesn't. Number three, Bruce Wilson, married activist, of course. He advocated in South Carolina. He's a pro-black. Let's get it. You let my people go. Okay. In 2017, Bruce was charged with assaulting a woman and holding her against her will. So we're going to go with Eldridge Cleaver, number one, Dominique, number two, number three, Bruce Wilson. Let's do it. Who y'all got?
It's one for me. One.
Number one, all the way.
Number one, all the way. In that same book, Solano, Eldridge said that his R attempts were not as successful because he could not climax when he touched black women's kinky hair. So it's a one for me. He's a piece of crap. He should no. Number one.
Yeah, it looked like the chat is picking number one too.
Honorable mention Malcolm X, who used to sell.
Yeah, Malcolm X was trash too. Go ahead and do your honorable mention, Kyra.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good to go, girl. Quit apologizing and say your shit.
Malcolm X is an honorable mention because, you know, when he was broke in St. Louis in particular, he used to sell his ass to make rent. And I mean literally, he used to sell his ass to men. So he's a unicorn. And I also like to mention Elijah Muhammad as well, because he used to R-word the young girls of his congregation.
I was just about to mention him too when you brought up Malcolm X. You got to include him.
Listen, a lot of people in the comment section didn't know that Malcolm X had a bussy. You didn't know that? Oh, I'm sorry. Malcolm X carries around a bussy. Well, he did when he was alive.
He put it in his own autobiography if y'all want to read it.
It's
it looks
true.
like number
He
one,
did.
Eldridge Cleaver won, y'all. Hands down, actually, everybody picked his motherfucking ass. Ladies, y'all are always taught that news anchors are square. They wear glasses. They're nice. They're journalists. You don't never pick them. Why do you always pick Pookie? I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm of the opinion that all of them are Pookies, whether they're doctors, lawyers, veterinarians, anchors, whatever the fuck. If he was born to a Dusty and a Mammy, his motherfucking ass is a Dusty. Point blank, period. but any goddamn way. News anchor Dusty, Drake Clark. Okay. Y'all, you're not going to believe this shit. He worked for News Nation. He just got that job in April of 2022. He's worked at several other news stations, WABC TV, New York. He also worked in Philadelphia, Cleveland, Grand Rapids, Macon, Georgia. He is literally one of the most renowned journalists slash news anchors out there. Problem is, his square ass beat the shit out of his wife. A lot of these men have domestic violence issues. I mean, every time I look somebody up, arrested for assault, arrested for domestic violence. Okay. Next, Terrence Bates. He's a married news anchor and worked for several channels, right? He was most notably on WCCB TV. He's also been charged of beating the brake pads off of his wife. I'm talking about where she lost her hearing in one of her ears. That's how hard he hit her ass, Mr. News Anchor, right? We have Leon Harris. Leon Harris worked for NBC for a little while in Ohio. He's also a slush head. Let's not forget, because black men love their Hennessy and malt liquor and all that shit there. So, slush head. Well, this one is also known for doing multiple hit and runs, hitting shit and people getting hurt, and he's trying to run away. He's been arrested for DUIs multiple times. Number 1, Dre Clark. Number 2, Terrence Bates. Number 3, Leon Harris. Let's go.
It's between 1 and 2 for me. They're all so emotional.
They are. Look at this shit. Now, these the ones that people say ain't no harm. Don't give them no time of day. Y'all never give them time of day. I'm seeing a lot of twos. What? I'm seeing a lot of twos. I can't believe that. Go ahead.
They didn't like to because he looked like Saucy Santana.
I couldn't believe it. I could have swore number 1 was gonna win. God damn. Okay. Whatever y'all say, give it up. Number 2. Yes! Lifetime Achievement, Dusty. We have the final award to give tonight. Somebody that's been doing this shit for over 50 years. America's Dad. Pudding Pops. Does that ring a bell? 40-something victims. Does that ring a bell? This motherfucker is disgusting. The Lifetime Achievement Award goes to... I can't stand y'all. I can't stand y'all.
Bill is that dude for that.
Hell no. I say that to say this, ladies. I appreciate y'all participating. Every last one of these motherfuckers are trash fucking dust. Please leave me alone with the not all bullshit. You're going to have to say that shit somewhere else. If you're still being turned on by black men, God help you, especially with what's going on here today. Wow. It's on you, Aaliyah. I'm fucking screaming. I was looking at the comments when Bill Cosby won.
We already said hashtag all, and that last one was legendary because Bill been around for a long time doing what his ass was doing.
I'm talking about lifetime.
He got so many people under his belt. I mean, Lifetime Achievement Award, well deserved.
Some of the websites say he had like 20-something victims, and some of them said he had 40-something victims. So I don't know which one is true, but Lord have mercy.
I think it was closer to 40 because you got to remember he was running with Hugh Hefner, and he was active. He was at his most popular, really, even before the Cosby Show, when he was doing that suit, that like secret agent show. That's when he was really starting to take off. So his abuse was prolific in
Yeah,
Hollywood, and he was one of the good ones. Hanging with all the white dudes and stuff. That's how they looked at him. That's how he was so easily able to dupe the country on being America's dad.
I can't. I
And
never saw the big deal with him. He was never funny. He comedian, really? No.
didn't he? Didn't he have? Doesn't he have a PhD in education?
I think it's honorary though. I don't think he actually earned that. I think it's honorary what he got.
Okay.
Yeah, his motherfucking ass. He can preach education and shit, but he never did what he was telling other motherfuckers to do. That's what they all do though. They always got their mouth open, pointing, 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 pointing. Do
You
this, do
want to
that, do
know?
that.
No, go ahead.
They always talking about do this, do that. This is right, this is
Mm-hmm.
wrong. People need like role models and all this shit. But you were the ultimate model. You had white folks calling you America's dad, not America's black dad, America's dad. And you around here putting fucking drugs in people goddamn cup and taking pussy that don't belong to you. I couldn't believe it when it happened, y'all.
I mean, and you want to know what the sick thing is about this community is that black people hated Bill Cosby for the longest. It wasn't until this shit that he started getting all these black supporters. I
Right.
remember when they hated him.
Yeah.
They said he was always talking down on his people. They called him a coon. They hated Bill Cosby
Right.
originally.
Yeah, he would get in front of white people and talk down on, black boys being named Muhammad, and he talk about sagging pants. So he talked all that Fox News rhetoric, and no, this community wasn't messing with him until a woman accused him of doing what a lot of them do, and then all of a sudden the mammy jeans kicked in.
I can't, y'all. I don't see why the risking it is there. If this had to do anything with anything else other than actually black males, when you're considering your divestment and how dangerous everything is, if those same stats were given to like, okay, if you go down X Street, Highway 20, you're gonna end up in a car accident. You have 77% chance of getting hit by a car going that way. A lot of people, if they have their head on straight, they're going to go ahead and stay away from Highway 20. But for some reason with black men, it's like, well, I rather risk it. And there is no reward. Have y'all seen any rewards? I know I fucking haven't. Any goddamn way. The fucking crime rate is headed up, y'all. And in Chicago, it was shared with me today. I don't know if we have any Chicagoans in the building. But there's a new policy for the police in place where if the person committed a crime and it's a minor crime and they take off on foot, they're no longer going to chase this person. Did you hear what I said? It's now against policy for a police officer to chase a person that committed a minor crime. Minor meaning purse snatching, stealing, that type of shit. So if they start running, they are going to get away because it's against the policy for the police to chase them now. If y'all think that's not going to affect black women the most, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you, and it's on the cheap if you want it. Do you understand what I'm saying? All of these bills that's coming to pass, all these new policy changes and shit, they're going to affect black women the most. And it seems like they are the most silent. When Kevin Samuels died, there was a big hoorah of videos all over the place. Nothing on these policies. Nothing. Nobody has anything to say about the new policy for Chicago police not to run after a fucking predator. No, he done snatched your purse. He done pushed you to the ground. No, you don't chase after that. They are dead quiet on this shit. And the purpose of that new bill is so that um they could protect the police, is from what I understand. I understand wanting to protect police safety, but if somebody commits a crime and they take off on foot, I personally feel like they should be chased. That's just my opinion.
But that again, that's what these mammies wanted. They said that the police were racist and Tyrone didn't do nothing.
Well, if y'all don't get y'all a gun, I know something. Y'all gonna need one with all these goddamn babies and crumb snatchers that's coming down the pike with the new goddamn rules in place. more than half the country, you're not going to be able to terminate your pregnancy. So, no,
DZ,
I'm not with the bullshit. Go ahead, hon.
DZ, I have a question for you. In one of your last shows, you brought up some sort of new policy because you're absolutely right. You're the only person that I've heard talking about this new policy that they're going to start. I think it's in the state of New York where like if a person assaults somebody and they have to wait to see the judge, that they're going to be paid while they're
Mm-hmm.
waiting to see the judge. Could you please go over that again, because I've been trying to get the can you recall what it was, or because you did a news packet, you showed a news clip about it.
Yeah, this particular story is out of Seattle, Washington, right?
Okay, okay.
Um, the guy ended up the Dusty. He took a woman. I couldn't tell the race of the woman by looking at the video, but he took her by her neck and threw her down a flight of stairs where she broke multiple bones. I'm guessing that she was older because her bones broke when she went down the goddamn stairs. And I've seen people fall for worse and it didn't break their bones. But anyway, the court system is congested because of what we just went through with C-19 and all that extra shit. Well, since he has a so-called mental disorder and he has to wait for his arraignment, they felt like he should be paid $250 a day while he waits. So therefore, it makes it lucrative to beat your ass. That's scary to me.
That's crazy.
No, I'm dead ass serious. That's what's going on. The police in Chicago not going to be chasing after folks that snatched your goddamn bag out your hand, right? People that's jumping out of vehicles when they get in their car stopped and that type of shit. They're no longer going to chase them. A part of that is so that they can recruit more police officers, because a lot of times when they chase these stupid motherfuckers, the police end up getting shot, injured, and all that extra shit. So they just going to let them take off running. This is Chicago we talking about. And the repercussions are already taking place because a lot of businesses are leaving there because theft is part of that. Petty theft, they're not going to chase that criminal.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking place is turning into hell in a handbasket. Let me show y'all something real quick.
Of violent and senseless shootings in Oakland.
The most recent was a 16-year-old boy shot and killed while walking down 64th Avenue around this time last night. Police say another person was also shot and is in the hospital but expected to recover. Police say while they don't know who targeted the boy or why, they do know that a high-powered rifle was used. And Police Chief Lauren Armstrong says that the community needs to take a stand.
Obviously, when you have a 16-year-old child that is gunned down in broad daylight, it is alarming, it is concerning.
I'm showing you guys this because it's getting hard for police out here, y'all. They're asking for the National Guard to come in. When you have a community of people, a community of people that can't be controlled by local law enforcement, you're dealing with a pack of animals. Just think about that shit for a second. The crime is so bad and so out of control in Oakland that they're thinking of bringing in the National Guard. Do you know what a police officer is? A police officer has a gun. He has tasers. He has ways of getting your ass down. That person cannot get your criminals down because they have gotten away with bullshit because of mammies. Okay? All the policies are changing around this motherfucker. And it's getting scary to me. I'm gonna fuck around here and just look. We gonna end up moving again. We just moved a year ago. I don't want a nigga within 20 miles of my fucking house. I'm just gonna keep it real. If it takes the National Guard to stop him from doing what he's doing and the police not gonna chase him, I don't need to be around him. Period.
I can hear the crying and whining already, talking about this is martial law and we have rights and our freedoms are being infringed upon. And they're talking about bringing out the armed military and they're going to be gunning down black people and all this other shit. And it's like, if y'all want fucking up everything, these measures this drastic would not have to be taken. You've made this shit like this. So complaining about martial law, I'm just waiting.
Yeah, I don't want any part of the black community. When I'm taking my divestment even a step further, I don't want any part of them. I've literally my husband downloaded an app trying to figure out what the demographics is and what's trending to get the fuck on. We're going to stay in Georgia, but I don't want niggas 20 miles within the 20-mile range of my house. I really don't. And I hate to sound like that, but I don't give a fuck who thinks that's terrible, because I love my life. And you got to love your life enough to get the fuck away from these people too. It's disgusting. Disgusting. And we still have people around here talking about not all. Well, you take your not all ass over there and you risk it, bitch. You risk it. But quit trying to take young women with you. I hate that shit, y'all. Let me finish this up.
It's hurtful to this community. Obviously, emotions are high. Family is distraught. And so, this is, what violence, the type of violence, senseless violence that has no business in our community. This shooting appears to be something that we didn't expect from all accounts. This was a young man that was a good kid.
City leaders are also concerned that as the weather heats up this summer, things will only get worse.
It's only getting warmer.
There's a Dusty. He's even saying it's going to get worse. This is coming out of the mouth of your Nakers. Isn't he handsome? He's black and he has a shit log. So being that it's coming out of his mouth, you should take this shit, right? And take it for truth. Because it's not coming out of some crazy ass extremist bitch's mouth. It's coming out of the mouth of your kings.
The rest of the summer, we have to cool things down. We have to figure out ways to not just pull guns off of the streets, which we're doing with gun buyback programs and, minimizing and, making ghost guns illegal, but we also have to impact those who are making decisions. We're never going to get all the guns off the streets.
And not far from that murder, neighbors in the Fruitvale district say they're seeing an uptick in gun violence as well.
Yeah, they should.
Did we say this was going to happen? Did we say this was going to happen? Did we not say this way back in January when we was planning for the summer, right? Did we not say this shit? A lot of shit that we've already said is happening right on your watch. And a lot of y'all still don't think that fat meat greasy. Here's the deal. You can risk your life if you want to. Those of you that actually get on the move, save your money and all that shit. If they're having to bring in the military to try to keep the guns under control, making new gun laws is not going to help. It's not. All it's going to make is the bad guys have guns and law-abiding citizens won't have none because they law-abiding citizens and the guns are illegal. This is scary, y'all, and it's going to get worse. And remember what I'm telling you. In the fall, it's going to be even worse than this. Because remember, right now it's June. These abortion laws are going into effect. You're getting ready to see an uptick in the murder of Black women who are pregnant because she can't go get an abortion. The Dusty can't afford to send her to get one. Y'all don't remember Ray Caruth? He was on our Dusty Award show. When they don't want them babies, sometimes it gets a little bit drastic, right? Black men don't like children. They don't. They don't like their own children. They don't like to be bothered by children. They already telling you they don't like single mothers. That's why when they get into the educational system, that's why they always touching on them kids. When they get with single mothers, they always touching on them kids. They don't like children. Now that you can't go terminate your pregnancy, boo, guess what? He gonna have to terminate you. I'm predicting that the 5.5 is going to turn into at least 4.5 by Christmas. Am I gloating about it? Nope. I'm scared as fuck of it, but it's going to happen. Everybody said that not everybody, but a lot of people said that they wasn't going to overturn Roe v. Wade, right? And the cushion is this. We'll just go to states that have it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You're going to have to be on the waiting list. And by the time you find out you're pregnant, on average, you're about 8 weeks pregnant. And you can't get an abortion past a certain amount of weeks, depending on where you go. So by the time you get an appointment, you 20 weeks, sis. That's your baby. That's your baby. And don't get it fucked up. Black men will kill them babies too, even if you have them. Right? They have no problem killing unborn fetuses, but let's go.
They shared several surveillance videos of recent shootings, including this brazen murder in broad daylight. And they told KPX
broad fucking daylight
what they want the city to do to restore safety.
Neighbors say there have been at least 3 shootings near this intersection in the Fruitvale district in the last 6 weeks. They no longer feel safe leaving their home.
Look at this
Neighbors
shit, y'all.
This recent homicide safety in their community.
I always make sure I have some kind of weapon, like a...
You heard what she said. She always makes sure that she got some type of weapon. But I'm going to keep it real. Y'all look at her. Look at her. What on earth, if she don't keep her head on the swivel, can she do with a hungry Dusty that's armed? Let's keep that real for a second. Keep it real. He probably gonna still get the best of her. I believe these motherfuckers got superhuman goddamn strength sometime, and you probably ain't gonna feel no shot in the thigh. You gonna have to aim for that do rag. It's on you, Aaliyah. I can't.
I just, shit has gone completely off of the rails when the government has to get the military to intervene. Shit has gotten way too fucking out of control. This is not another country we're talking about. This is home turf. This shit is ridiculous. But we knew this was coming. We've been saying it. Control your fucking sons, or they're gonna send somebody else in to do it for you. So congratulations, this is where we are. We've been telling you that they're fucking up whole neighborhoods. They're fucking up the entire fucking country in different sectors, in different places, major fucking cities. There's not one major urban metropolitan city that is not in complete fucking shambles in this country, thanks to them. The gun violence is out of control. You got a whole bunch of crazy, slow. It's just a whole bunch of shit going on, and we've been telling them about this shit for months. So that's why I say I know the crying and bitching and complaining is coming, but I don't want to hear none of it. Sit your ass the fuck down, because it's their fault that they having to send in military to try to put a cap on some of this shit. That's how you know it's way too far out of hand. But we've been telling them that this is what they were doing, and nobody wanted to hear it. We was telling them they was behaving like fucking animals and tearing shit up. And now this is where we are.
I got a question for the mammies. Is this what y'all wanted? Because I'm sitting here assuming that you want it better for your community, even though your ass is slow and dumb as fuck, aggravating as fuck, with your bunions on your feet and your bonnet out here hooping and hollering. Am I wrong? Is this what you were looking for? Because crimes like this, y'all just saw the video happening in broad daylight. Stuff that used to happen in the wee hours of the morning or late at night is happening at 2 p.m. while you trying to go get you something to eat. Is this what you actually wanted? Kyra, do me a favor and share that goddamn link again, because I want to know what the goal was. I want to know what the goal was, because maybe I'm completely wrong. I was thinking that you wanted your community safer. But you see what's actually happening. The tide is turning and it's getting worse. And people are making laws where they're not even going to chase somebody that slapped the shit out of you. Because if they slapped you with an open hand in some states, that's a misdemeanor. Okay? Look it up. In some states, that's a misdemeanor. So if you get slapped across your face and this motherfucker takes off running, and they happen to happen in a state where they have a new policy where they're not going to chase these niggas around, your ass just going to be standing there looking stupid with a dangle mouth at this point. Okay, he's gonna take a report, and then that's just is what it is. But was I wrong? Is this what you were looking for? You were looking for black men to be able to commit their crimes in peace. You weren't looking for the safety of black men, no doubt. You were looking for them to be able to do these crimes without people fucking with them. And I have to give it to you. It's happening. They're not being chased. They're being paid to beat your ass when they have to wait for court, right? People are not getting any bonds. They do something, get locked up, they can walk right back out of there after they sign the paper. Is this what you was looking for? Could be. I don't fucking know. Any goddamn way. Let's finish this up.
A pepper spray or like a little baton, something. That's become our norm. Is feeling like you always have to be ready to fight, which is a horrible feeling.
Renee, who declined to provide her last name, has lived in the Fruitvale district for 20 years.
And I used to walk. I didn't have a car. I rode my bike. I walked everywhere.
Not anymore. Renee shared this video of a robbery that turned deadly. It happened on May 12th. 3 people tried to rob a vending cart and 2 customers at the corner of Foothill Boulevard and 35th Avenue. When the customers fought back, a gunman shot a man close range in the head. Oakland police say he died at the hospital.
I just felt horrible. This man died waiting to get food, to get fried chicken and
Sorry, y'all. I thought it was funny. She said he was waiting to get fried chicken. Listen, I'm not part of that community anymore, so you have to pardon my dark humor. You got to. I thought it was bloody hilarious, but this shit happened in the middle of the day over some coins for fried fucking chicken. Okay. And when white people say black folk like fried chicken, we feel away. So all those stereotypes ain't lies, ladies. I'm just keeping it real with you.
French fries.
Renee says there were 2 recent drive-by shootings near the food cart as well. The latest on Sunday, you can see at least 1 shot hit the sidewalk and sent customers running. The local councilman says police have not arrested anyone in those recent shootings. On Wednesday, someone in a car came back and used his fingers to gesture they would shoot at the customers.
I used to not really be able to distinguish between a gunshot and firecrackers. Now I can tell because I hear gunshots so often.
Damn.
Councilman Noel Gallo says the police force is down by roughly 100 officers, and allied agencies have staffing issues as well and can't help as much.
For me, the only alternative I have left is to call out the National Guard. Have the governor send out the National Guard to help us protect the streets in the evening.
Are you joking or are you actually
I'm not joking.
But he admits more police won't stop the crisis. He says the city needs to offer young people opportunities before they pick up a gun.
No, I don't agree with that portion of this video. Offering black men and men in general opportunities is not going to change it. How many times has the government came up with My Brother's Keeper and other programs like this? Giving them these people don't want to work. They don't want any help. They want the shit for free. So I don't know why they think bringing out a goddamn program for these disenfranchised folks is going to work. There has been every program in the fucking book. Black women still dying every 5.5 hours. And it's getting worse. Meanwhile, you got Negro women talking about they need programs and all this extra shit. And I'm not here for it. I'm not. It's on you, Melanie.
I think that this whole ordeal, I think it's all a sad situation. And as far as like the National Guard and stuff coming in to take over havoc, I think that's a good idea. I mean, it's sad it had to come to that, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to do what they got to do. They're not going to let these people run amok and take over and destroy America. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, they're going to bring people in to stop it in certain areas. But before it gets to that, I think a lot of bodies are going to drop. That's just, it is what it is. They have to be able to justify doing what they're doing. So there's going to be a lot of regular civilians just dropping before they bring it in there. It's like we had to bring them in because X amount of bodies has dropped. You know, bringing it in like tomorrow afternoon, you're going to have a whole bunch of bitches that didn't give a fuck about the Roe v. Wade decision. Now, all of a sudden, they're going to have something to say when you talk about bringing in the National Guard. You don't give a fuck about your uterus and what you can do with it and it being your choice to do so. But you do care about somebody bothering Tayon, right?
Right.
I can't do it, y'all.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
I
Domestic violence is going to grow up too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay, DZ. I just hope that the new slogan for young women, and particularly young Black women, when it comes to protecting your wombs, I hope that the new slogan is, if you can't afford a vasectomy, you can't afford me. Because I'm sick and tired of birth control being solely the responsibility of the woman in this country, when I think the last time I saw 2 lesbians get pregnant or have to worry about an accidental pregnancy was the 28th of February. It just doesn't happen. We can't get pregnant without a man incorporating his bodily fluids with us to create a child. So I think and now we're being saturated with information. Gen Z are on top of a lot of information that a lot of millennials and women older than us had to learn into our 20s about how the world really works. And a lot of these women, they're going to start talking vasectomies too. They're going to start coming out with V cards for men. Oh, you want to go to the room? Oh, I'm going to have to see your V card. You got your V card punched? Oh, well, you don't have a vasectomy? Okay, well then, nope, no access. Sorry. I hope
that's going to be later on down the line, but you're right. That stuff like that is going to have to get extreme since that's their favorite word.
But you're absolutely right, DZ, when you're saying, I really feel as though if things continue to go like this, we're going to be backed into a corner of consequence. And that consequence is all of these women who were taken out every 5.5 hours. Did you think that they were all orphans and they didn't have families? They didn't leave children behind. They didn't leave mothers and sisters and people who love them behind. you're breeding vengeance when you do this to women, because I gotta say, there are way less of us dying alone in nursing homes than some other people. That's all I gotta say. They are breeding vengeance. And New York just repealed a law that says you no longer have to put a reason on a pistol permit application. You used to have to put why you want a handgun. Now you don't have to do that anymore. And a bunch of law-abiding citizens were nervous about that, because they're like, well, what about the nefarious people? They can just get it willy-nilly. I'm like, well, couldn't they have just done that before, just by lying on the application?
Mm-hmm.
That means that women like me can get a pistol permit without having to explain to some stranger about why I want to protect my family. That's a double-edged sword. That means that I can get my handgun a lot easier now. And in a state like New York, I feel sorry for these men that think they're going to be dealing with the same women that they were this time 6 months ago.
Listen, I find it very interesting that the liberal states where the abortions are going to remain legal in some form, they also have an issue with guns. They're not easy to get guns in that state. So you're going to have a whole bunch of hungry ass babies and unarmed citizens. That's a recipe for disaster. And I'm thinking New York with that shit too. Welcome to the panel, Diana Prince. How are you?
Hi, DZ. I'm fine. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. I was just wanted to make a comment about
Go
the
ahead.
Oakland thing that you just posted. Like,
Go ahead.
Oakland's been out of control for like a long time. And like earlier this week, some Dusties decided to follow like this white lady and her friends from one of the malls out here in the East Bay, because she was driving a Bentley and they drove to Orinda.
No, I
And they
heard
followed her home, and they didn't know her fiance was there. And they tried to rob the house, but her fiance was there and shot at them. And the Orinda police rolled up on them and arrested them. And it's just like, they just emboldened out here. Like, they following people home from the malls, robbing people, robbing their homes, shooting and killing people.
You're going to see more of that shit.
It's just out of control.
I don't even have time to cover half the shit that's sent to me. What y'all just saw right then, that shit is over 10 days old. Do you hear me?
It's been 2 weeks already. Yeah.
I don't even have a chance to cover the shit is happening so fast. My inbox is 10 days behind right now. So the shit that's going on last night, gonna go on tomorrow night, I'm not gonna see that shit for a couple of days unless it comes up in my news feed on its own. Every fucking day, y'all, I get no less than probably 20 videos talking about what's happening in these neighborhoods. And this is why you wonder where the rage for mammies comes from. It comes from these bitches not understanding that these crimes are fucking up everybody. They'll sacrifice the shit out of you just so that a dusty can have a nice, comfortable place to sit. Your life means absolutely nothing in these communities, and that shit pisses me off. Okay, so since you want to sacrifice everybody else for the love of a dusty, I'm gonna have to go ahead and insist that you be sacrificed while we're doing these goddamn abortion issues. No, I'm not feeding your kids. No, I'm not buying Pampers. No. The ones that you kept out of jail, they should be able to help you with them Pampers. The dude that actually skeeted his DNA into your vagina, ask him. Period. Welcome to the panel, Mistress Rogue. How are you?
I'm good, ladies. How are you doing?
Awesome. What you got on this shit here?
I have thoroughly enjoyed the show this evening, but there's one thing that keeps popping up to me is that Blackistan and the whole community as a whole has no fucking foresight. And I don't understand how they don't see that this is one small thing in a grand scheme of something. It has already been projected by 2050 that there will be zero wealth in the Black community. So why the fuck aren't y'all up in arms about the fact that you ain't gonna be able to feed them the motherfuckers that you making with these dusties you love so much? That's stupid to me. It's like nobody thinks ahead more than like 2 days. They're only thinking about the now. So what the fuck is to become of those who are fleeing Blackistan? And now where I live, they started taking those vouchers, as I told you all before, and crime has ticked up. There's been a 14% increase in crime. A lady got robbed at gunpoint for her Jaguar out here not 2 nights ago, and they hit her in the head and gave her a concussion with the butt of a fucking gun. Now I'm looking at places to move that ain't got them there, and I don't even know what to do. Like, I just don't get it.
Mr. Rowe, can you send me that link to my Gmail about them projecting it to be zero wealth in the black community by 2050, I would love to have that.
Yes, I
We'll come
absolutely
back
can.
up.
Is it still at the divestedzealot@gmail.com?
That's it. Just
I
like
will
that.
definitely do it. I just read the article on JSTOR.
Wow.
I just
Wow.
don't get what they expect. These things they're calling for. It's almost like none. They don't study history. They don't understand the present. They can't. They don't think into the future. They they don't even know their own history. They run around here talking about defund the police. So y'all now we got to go get the National Guard, and everywhere they go, it's like Devil's Punch Bowl 2.0. I put that in the chat. I don't know if anybody ever is familiar with that historical context where a bunch of free black people were herded into a concentration camp and basically just starved to death and killed each other because
That
of
was
the
in
sheer
Tennessee,
stamina.
right?
That was in Mississippi, I believe.
That was
Mississippi?
in
I thought it was
Louisiana,
Tennessee.
I think.
There were several of them, but the most famous one that I studied in school was in Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
And it's like
You're right.
y'all.
I think it was Mississippi. Okay. Okay.
But here's
I
the
don't
thing. Like history is a great indicator of where we're going to go. If we learn, if we plot, if we know what we're doing, if we have foresight, none of these motherfuckers have foresight. And I'm like you, Divested Zealot. I too am looking into moving, and I have gone onto this website called populationdemographics.com. And if I look at a place and there's more than 5% black people there, I ain't moving. I'm going to. You got to be 1 to 2% tops. I get
Yeah,
what you're
we had
saying.
3%. We had 3% out here, and fortunately, the community is gated, and it's a lot of land out here. So we had 3% right now. But a year ago when we moved here, it was 1%. So that 2% got my fucking boots shaking. Don't bring your black ass out here. The fuck?
I don't know why they go where they're not wanted. It's the same thing when we're entering in these divested spaces. I enjoy coming here because I'm with like-minded people. But if you don't agree with our rhetoric, if we're too extreme, if we're too this and too that, what the fuck are you doing here? Why come sit among us when you know we don't give a fuck about you the same way you don't give a fuck about us?
So they can have something to hate on. They need something to complain about. They need to be able to make videos talking about how awful we are and how great they are. I mean, it's just it's a whole bunch of ego and narcissistic bitches running around, to be quite honest. And so they just get off on following everything we say. It's pretty much the same reason why they listen to the content of people they hate so much, and then go back and plagiarize whole goddamn videos and topics.
Girl.
Oh,
I mean,
you better
but they
you better preach, Aaliyah. Preach, god damn it.
but they hate us so much, but they love us at the same time. And it's to the point to where their obsessions are pretty much borderline stalker at this point. And it's like, why the fuck are you so concerned about what we say and do? You don't like divestors anyway. So why the fuck are you following us around? Hating and loving us all at the same time.
Why are you taking our talking points and then
Real
getting on
quick,
your
though.
video and separating yourself?
Check it out, though. I'm gonna tell y'all. You know how advertisers, they'll say the competition, they're crazy. They charge too much. We're a lot cheaper here. Well, it's the same thing with these fence straddling bitches. They like, look, they don't like no black men, but look at me. My head is on straight. I know it's not all of y'all. Look at those bitches over there. They have lost their fucking mind. They say all of you are bad. But come here, you sexy ass ape. I know all of you ain't bad. That's what the fuck they're doing. Trying to use the comparison to appear fair and balanced. Fuck out of here.
There is no fair and balance at every 5.5 hours. There is no fair and balance now that Roe v. Wade has been struck down. We don't have time for fair and balance. Fair and balance has not served black women not one fucking iota. So I don't give a fuck about their unicorns. Unicorns don't exist. If you find a unicorn, it's just a horse with a dick taped to its forehead. I don't get what these bitches don't get. I don't get what the bitches don't get. I'm sorry.
Damn. Khadijah B, welcome to the panel. How are you? It's a lot of shit going on, baby. It's a lot going on.
Hey,
Okay,
how y'all doing?
we're doing good. I can't believe the shit that I'm seeing right now. I can't believe it. It's just I didn't think it would happen this early, but it's on. The time that your parents warned you about is here. It's here.
And I just asked in the Discord. I said, I said, is this the new world order? Because you see the National Guard, you see
This handmade tail shit coming out. You see all this rollback on guns and all gun violence and gun laws and stuff. I'm like, is this the new world
six
order?
dollars a gallon gas,
Right.
no baby formula. This
This
shit
is
is
it.
nuts.
This is it. But you know what? I'm not. I'm not that concerned. And I really have to give you your flowers, Aaliyah her flowers, Kyra her flowers, everybody that has contributed to my divestment in the last, like, let's just say a month, 2 months I've been over here. I really have to give y'all flowers because I probably will be a victim if I had not jumped over that fence. Or I will be a victim had I not jumped over that fence a couple weeks ago. So I do appreciate it. I saw a story. Someone was telling, I think it was on my For You page, that you need to have adopt this 45-second rule when you get in your car. Because I think the girl, she got in her car, she went to the mailbox in her neighborhood, and a guy busted out her window, put her in the trunk, and raped her for 3 days, or R-word her for 3 days. Um, and so they're saying have a 45-second rule when you get in your car, pull off. Don't
Look,
take the same routes home.
if he's already in that goddamn car, y'all need to start making it a habit to look in the back seat before y'all get in the front seat too. Okay,
Yes,
as if his
definitely.
motherfucking ass is back there. It's so many things that you can do, but you still have your hands tied because with a desperate ass Dusty, those are some of the most creative people on the planet. Okay, and they got their handmaids over here, the goddamn mammies, making it to where shit like beating the shit out of you is a misdemeanor, and they're not gonna chase him because the
I
crime wasn't a felony.
I just saw one of your videos where the mayor or some councilwoman or defense attorney or something, she rolled back all those laws and said that it wasn't going to be a crime for people to break in and enter. I don't. It was about a year ago. You made this video. Um, all the stuff. If someone trespasses on your property, dismiss it. If somebody breaks and enter, dismiss it. Somebody beats you
Hmm.
up, dismiss it. All that
Hmm.
video. And I
Yeah.
so what's crazy is like listening to the stuff that you said a year ago, because I'm just now catching up. So listening to the stuff you said a year ago and seeing how it has gotten 10 times worse now. Listen, I don't, we need, as women, we need to keep, I have a body band that I keep my pistol on my body at all times. When I go in my house or come out of my house, I take my rifle with me. I take my
Look,
rifle everywhere I go.
y'all be careful. I'm telling you, you got to get rid of your mammy friends. I don't care that you went to elementary school with her and she cool in every other way, but her being a mammy is going to be detrimental to you because when you're friends, you kind of just okay, where you want to go. Y'all start bartering for where she wants to go. She's going to want to be around people that she looks like all the time. So that means sometimes you got to go with your friend because last year she went with you to the goddamn country music festival. So now you owe her. You're going to be out there listening to a bunch of mumble mouth, tarantula head, pants off they ass dudes because mammies tend to love that type of shit. That shit is like lingerie to them. Okay, seeing a dusty son of a bitch with hair all over his head and his pants hanging down and he talk like a fucking like he got a mouthful of marbles. Oh, that's lingerie to motherfucking mammies. You hear me? And then it doesn't even matter if he's a doctor, because what he got bitches out here sucking his dick for oxycontin. You can't win for losing with the black community, y'all. Y'all better get the fuck away from him.
You know what was so crazy? I think I posted this in the Discord. I met Cam Newton this morning at my job, and he was on some pandering shit. Like, boy, if you don't get your black ass away from me,
I
yeah.
can't.
He asked me if I was He asked me if I was single. I told him yes. He said, what kind of men do I like? I said the white ones, and he
Oops.
said, yeah. He was like, why? Oh, you like the white boys? Why you like the white boys? I said because they have power, resources, and
But then
influence,
listen,
and
Future,
money.
you don't have to explain yourself to them. Y'all don't explain that shit to them. You don't owe anyone an explanation for putting your safety first. If they don't see that shit is you putting yourself first, they still don't. You don't have to explain to them. Well, I like white men because blah blah blah. Who the fuck is he? He don't get to question no goddamn body. He don't get to ask you why you doing something. They don't own you. Remember when black men told y'all when they started dating out, y'all don't own us. I hate when y'all call us our men. We don't belong to you. Okay, well,
Check it
the
out. He
reverse
said
is
not
also
all.
true. Man, fuck
He
all of
used
that.
not all.
Mm,
When I said
mm.
when I said they have power, influence, all that stuff, he said not all. I
Khadijah,
said
do me a
most.
favor. Do me a favor. If I was you, I wouldn't even converse with them about it. What are they going to do? They're going to go ahead and make it seem like what you're doing is wrong because they need your ass in the community to catch them when they fall.
No, ma'am.
Period. I wouldn't be telling them shit. Mad Maiden, did you change your name?
No, I got bumped out because of I went too far away from my router, but I'm back now. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. So, with this shit happening, right? What happens when you have more children in a community that's already hungry? Crime goes up, child abuse is going to go up, child abandonment is going to go up. Of course, poverty is going to go up. The first way that you're able to see whether a black woman is going to be impoverished is if she has a child by a black man. That's the number one indicator of poverty, right? This shit is getting ready to get out of control. So if these women can't have their terminations, you better just watch your back or listen to the sounds around you because that baby you hear crying might be on your fucking porch. Okay? Because it's already a rule that you can take children that you don't want to the fire station, the police station, and all that shit, but they still abandon them in apartment buildings and shit. So y'all gonna have to get your shit together. Word up.
You know how many people I saw say that there's gonna be dumpster babies again,
Oh
babies
yeah.
with their umbilical cord and placenta still attached in dumpsters and trash cans and shit.
Mm. You need to read that little banner right there. I couldn't agree more. Stop telling them what you're gonna do. They don't need to know your next move. They didn't provide, protect, or problem solve, so they have no reason to ask you any questions about what you prefer.
And wasn't Cam Newton going on and on about non-black women as his preference? So when he asked that girl that, why didn't she say, well, for the same reason why you like non-black people? So he
I just
sucks.
wouldn't talk to them at all. I
You
mean,
know the
fuck
thing
'em.
is, I didn't know who he was. I'm just simply doing my job, and I just seen a posse of knickknacks come inside the hotel, and I immediately got an attitude. I was like, why the fuck are they here? Like, we about to close. Why the fuck they here? And he came right over to me. I'm like, the first thing he said was, "How you doing, Queen?" I rolled my eyes. Like, I was like, no, like, please get your ass away from me.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Because he's used to getting his ass kissed by black women. That's why.
Oh, you should have seen the deep throating by them niggas. You should have seen they was deep throat. I'm like, who is this
So
dude?
let me ask you this. So you were doing your job, right? What the hell is your job where you have to answer to the customers about your dating preferences? What's that?
I'm a cook. I'm a frontline cook.
So put it together for me. How on earth is it that it's part of your job description to have to tell one of these monsters what your dating preferences are?
It is not my job. It's not my job. I'm just, we try to make. We're supposed to smile you because I work on the omelet section, so it's front, face to face with the customers. So
Mm.
like it's just making small conversation. I do it all day, just make small conversation. And I don't know why he chose to ask me about my dating preferences.
Because
Mm.
for men like him, it's all about it's all about admiration and fornication. That's all they care about. They ask you questions like that because they want to see if you say, "Oh, I love me a black king," so they can get their little ego stroked, or they want to freaking analyze your head to find out how horny you are so they can find out if they can smash. It's always about the same
No,
thing. Like,
ma'am.
kiss my
let me
butt,
let me ask
suck
y'all
my dick.
this. I see people putting hospitality. Susanna, she put hospitality. The truth is, she put customer service. Bonita Applebaum, she put the hospitality industry. Let me ask you this. So tell me if this is poor customer service. I'm sitting at a desk. They come to check in. I say, "Hello, can I get your driver's license and your form of payment?" And he says, "You like black men?" And I retort with, Good evening, sir. Do you have your driver's license and your form of payment? And well, I'm smiling while I'm doing that. Is that bad, or I gotta tell him my sign and what my favorite food is? Y'all tell me. I'm learning tonight.
No, DZ, you're right. Khadijah, you're bringing back my perfume mania days from eons ago, and so I do know what you're talking about. Like oh gosh, bad flashbacks. But I remember when they would see you in me in the store and try to roll up on me. But no, DZ is correct. You just keep it strictly about business. Same thing with any of you other ladies who happen to work in like customer facing roles. Keep it about business and ignore the questions because I got to that stuff too.
And it's not just
Believe me,
black.
y'all. I've seen it bedside. I've seen it bedside. Jay Prince, whoever you are, cut your camera off and I'll be with you in just 1 second. See, I'm getting ready to do customer service, y'all. I'll be with you in just 1 second, Jay Prince. Right?
God,
Y'all, I've had people tell me, oh, you wearing those scrubs. Oh, that looks good on you. What school did you go to? Sir, are you in any pain? Can I get you anything? Don't entertain their questions. If you working, put a smile on your face and talk about that job. He don't need to know who I'm fucking. I don't give a fuck that you think my booty look good in these goddamn scrubs. You can kiss the whole side of my booty, nigga. Y'all, there's a way to do this shit. Just practice it. You don't have to entertain a bullshit. Smile and talk about the job. Point blank, period. Okay?
Yeah. You have to it just sometimes you can get away with ignoring them if you pretend like you didn't hear them and just keep it moving. I do that all the time, just pretend like I don't hear them because I get the same thing and it's like, oh my God, dude, they ask some of the dumbest damn questions. Like I had like, ooh, and all it is they ass watching the entire time. And it gets on nerve. And it's like, goddamn, they be like, goddamn, girl, you think? And it's like, I had one literally ask me, like, you cook collard greens? And I'm like, do I cook collard greens? This is what I'm thinking in my head. Like, he like, no, you look too young. You probably don't know how to cook collard greens. And I'm like, what the heck? What does that have to do with why I'm out here? What does that have to do with anything? That's
I
all
told
they
my
care.
husband that shit one time, y'all. I swear to God, I told him about the dude that I was just telling y'all about. And he said, well, maybe he'll stop staring at your ass if you just actually pass gas. Y'all, I fell on the ground. I fell on the ground. I'm like, no, the fuck you didn't just say that. Yeah, try it. He'll shut the fuck up about your ass then. I was hollering, y'all. Any goddamn way. Welcome to the panel. May we help you? Cut that motherfucking camera off, bitch. The fuck is wrong with you?
Is
now,
that the customer service?
I don't know who the fuck is. Yeah, this is my version of customer service right here.
Learn to read.
Now, may I help you?
Okay, I was just listening to a few couple of minutes of your story. Now I got custody of 3 of my black daughters, right? And
do you have a question?
Yes, because the question is, how should I treat my daughters? Because at first, when y'all came up with the divestment group, we started, a lot of black men started a divestment from black women.
Where
And
your
now,
mama at? Hey, you should be asking your mom that. Ask your mom how to treat your daughters. If she's passed, go ahead and ask somebody in your family that. Because there's no way on earth me and you are going to be able to have a civil conversation, Jay, because I'm going to tell you why. I don't like black males. Black males get on my nerves. Anytime y'all got y'all mouth open, it just makes me cringe. So you probably
I told
gonna
my
have to ask
daughters that
somebody.
they was hurt.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about black males. Go tell them I said that too. Matter of fact, when they turn 18, share my channel with them so I can get them up out of your community.
Right. And how do you, before you kick me off, how do you feel about, like, I understand the new movement of deleting boys. So I started a group all over the YouTube. A lot of people been on my group.
Sir, are you promoting your channel?
No, I'm Like
All right,
we're not gonna give
Jay,
black women any more of our
Jay,
babies,
Jay,
and we're not gonna
Jay,
put no more sperm in sperm banks.
Jay,
Only
Jay,
white women can have our
Jay.
babies from the sperm bank.
Good,
Good.
good,
So that's
good.
gonna delete
Y'all
the
give him
image
a
of
round
black
of a
women.
yes. That's wonderful because the majority of black women like y'all. So if you get rid of them, we could get rid of that bullshit. You
Yeah,
thought
we're
that
gonna
shit
get
was
rid of
gonna
y'all.
thing?
Y'all can't never get rid of black men.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, get your job up underway. Do what you
Obama is
got
a
to do.
prime example that we can create
Oh
another
my
black man, another black
God,
man from another
help
race of
me
woman.
any motherfucking way, Jay. Go
We
share my
don't need
channel
y'all
with
no
your
more. White
daughters.
women
When
got
she turn
asses. White
18,
women got
share my
asses and
channel with
bodies
her,
now.
you fucking asshole.
White women
Peace
got y'all
out,
shaped. That's all.
bitch.
So what? So what? Go find you one and get the fuck. Why the fuck are you over here then talking to us about it?
Child, please.
Go
If
find
that
a
was the
thick ass
case,
white woman's live.
yeah, let me
Why
see if
is he
there's a
not
white
going
woman
to want to
live.
talk?
It's funny
I
how
don't know.
yeah, we can't erase black men. We can't erase them any faster than black men are doing it to themselves.
The
Okay,
police
so
can do it though. If we get the police up under control, baby, they can do it, right? And if I get my hands on enough black women and tell them how dangerous your community are between us and the police, yeah, shit'll be beautiful. All right.
You know what?
Go
I
ahead
just
and
forget
finish.
the love how their argument. You know, I just love how their argument is that without them, there would be no more black women. And I just wondered to myself, at what point do you give a fuck about that at the rate black men swirl and they're constantly creating biracial women with other races of women? So it's like you're already making babies with other groups of women at 3 times more than we do. So why should we give a fuck about the preservation of the race if you don't?
I don't
Look,
give a shit
So
about black people
I'm
remaining in
always
circulation.
curious.
I don't give a flying fuck. Black people could disappear tomorrow and I wouldn't give a damn.
I'm
That's the
trying
part
to
they
see,
don't
like,
understand.
but why do they say that? Like that's on us to give a fuck about that. You said they say that as if that's supposed to mean something to us. Oh, there won't be any more black women. Well, you're trying to eradicate us anyway with the bullshit you're doing. So why do you think that that makes any difference to us?
look, I offered
I
this
mean,
a
I
few
thought that
months
was the.
ago.
Hold on a second. Go ahead, Kyra.
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Don't if you don't quit
No, go ahead.
apologizing, Kyra, I know something.
Look, I said this a few months ago, and so I'll reiterate it. We will help you pack and we'll even get together a goodie bag to send you on your way. But
I ain't giving a
understand
shit.
this. Oh, I will pay for peace. Just like we pay to live in good neighborhoods, I can pay for peace. But understand this. No returns. And that includes, don't ask me how to comb little Nevaeh's hair or any of that shit either. Get the fuck on. Leave us alone. No backsies.
I'm not paying for shit. I'm not gonna spend a copper penny on that shit. If you got a trip, you plan it and you get the fuck on. I'm not paying for it, but I will make sure I pay my taxes so the police can have enough ammunition to deal with you. Period. I will pay the police. I ain't giving a nigga a copper goddamn penny.
You
and
see
then
You
how
got me
childish
fucked up.
they are. Everything is about ass. That's all they think about. It's like nobody was talking about ass. White women got ass too. I'm like, okay, nobody gives a fuck. That's all they think about. See, that's why I say, who wanted that motherfucker? You are welcome to have this shit, Becky. I promise you, you can have it. We don't want it. Come
Did
get
y'all
it.
notice this? Let me see if y'all notice this part. This is a prime example of them trying to make you get with them by saying stuff that you want to hear. So because he knows I give a fuck about black women and their safety, the motherfucker said my daughters was upset. And and if your daughter's getting ready to be mammies, they can kick rocks too. But again, Jay, go ahead and share my channel with them when they turn 18. Give them the gift of divestment, you punk motherfucker.
And Jay, shut down your YouTube channel because you're misinforming people. There was who came first, the chicken or the egg? When it comes to divestment in the black community, it was black men since 16 years after y'all walked off the plantation. Google Pace v. Alabama and have a good night.
Child,
Oh,
please. He
one of
can't read.
and this ally, he's back here actually talking about unaliving black women. So Do you think we should
Yeah.
get him a bus ticket to the march or no?
Ladies,
Girl,
get the
I'm not spending a goddamn dime. I'll call 911 because that's part of my tax package, right? And get them the fuck up out of here. Okay? Carmen, welcome to the panel, ma'am.
Guys, how's my audio?
You sound good.
Okay. That was a bussy boy on the fucking line earlier talking about some white girls got ass too. It's Friday night. Why the fuck you not out with a white girl if that's what you want so bad? But
Exactly.
you spend your time on this panel with us every Friday night.
Look, the majority of black women are mammies, and a mammy would have been upset about that. There are some people that talk divested talking points, and if you say that to them, that bothers them. When they see black men attracted to other races of women, that really burns their soul. They be making premieres and losing their goddamn mind. I've been out the game so motherfucking long. It's nothing to me. As a matter of fact, it's going to help my cause, which is divestment, because it's already not enough for you stupid motherfucking dusty sons of bitches to go around. And if you take more out of the community, that will make my job even easier. That's how that's gonna work.
Well, DC, I missed the unicorn. Well, I was listening to the Unicorn Awards, but I wasn't able to speak because I was at work. I do want to give one honorable mention, and that is James Evans from Good Times, because everybody always talks about how he's the black father, the black father. That nigga couldn't never keep a job. He had his family living in the projects, had his wife working. They was happy to eat meat for dinner, and had two of his sons sleeping on the couch. That's your unicorn.
If I had a fictional character category, he would be a great candidate.
Exactly. Well, fuck all these niggers. Happy Pride again, bussy boys. And I'm gonna drop down and meet y'all in the Discord so we can say that hard R all night.
Yup, she said niggas, by the way, y'all. She didn't say the hard R.
Oh,
Get your ass out of here, Carmen.
Bye. Love y'all.
Love you too.
Love you.
Oh, I
Right.
thought of another honorable mention.
Hmm.
O.J. Simpson. He was a unicorn, until he unalived that girl. He was
Wow.
in Roots. He was like what? He was in all those rental car advertisements. Yeah, he was a unicorn.
There's no such thing as a unicorn, right? And I hope I got that point across tonight. But again, with black women, there's always going to be us that say, well, that was just what it was.
Before we go,
happy protection. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Before we go, can I put in my unicorn?
Absolutely.
Black Jesus.
Okay.
When is he gonna come back, man? They've been waiting on Jesus to come back for a fucking minute. Jesus said, no, bitch, I'm not coming back. You deal with it. Not Black Jesus. Ladies, one last thing. Let me show you this shit. And then I'm going to say the hard R, because Carmen didn't say the hard R. She just was, she just was talking.
The state's attorney and her husband tonight asking for privacy and calling the incident last weekend.
The state's attorney is having issues with domestic violence. You can't make this shit up. So you think your motherfucking cosmetologist ass is gonna be exempt? Bitch, the state's attorney got her ass in a bind. Y'all don't like each other. Why are y'all always fighting? Damn, it's always domestic violence in y'all households.
And that's the bitch that let Jesse Smollett off.
Child, let's watch it.
Weekend, a quote, personal family matter.
Kim Foxx's husband, Kelly Fox, has been by her side at various public appearances. But last Saturday night, a seemingly different scene at the couple's home in Flossmoor. According to this police report obtained by CWB Chicago and other media outlets, through a Freedom of Information Act request, Kelly Fox dialed 911 to report a domestic incident with his wife.
Y'all don't want to call the police on niggas, but boy, did he call the police on her. He picked that shit up and called 911. Y'all need that reciprocity. That's the only ingredient y'all missing. You need some reciprocity. What that nigga do? Picked up the phone and called 911 on your ass, mammy. Let's go.
Wife, telling responding officers she became angry with him about something that was posted on Facebook that he did. Kelly told police when he refused his wife's demand to leave the house, the confrontation escalated, saying Kim blocked him from leaving a bathroom, grabbed his collar, and later slapped him in the face. The report says Kim corroborated part of her husband's account, but denied slapping him, telling an officer she did put her hands on him, but only to guide him out of the house. Kim telling an officer she thought her husband called police.
Hey, Red. She got her a red bone. That red bone is calling the cops on her bitch ass. Y'all gonna quit fucking with me.
Just to hurt her. The report says officers found no reason to make any arrests. Tonight, the couple issuing a statement saying this is a personal family matter, and we ask that you provide our family with respect and privacy.
The couple told officers they've been together for more than 20 years. And according to the police report, this was the first time Flossmoor police have responded to a domestic call at the home.
Yes. Ladies, divest. Let me tell you something. These Negroes, they doing the shit that you should be doing. Calling the cops when something gets stupid, when he raises his voice. First of all, you shouldn't be with them because they don't like you. That's number one. But you see, they don't mind calling the cops on you even when you the state's attorney, ma'am. But you round here fighting and protesting so that they can kill people in broad daylight. Shame on you, bitch. And guess what? Some of this shit that's getting ready to go down, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say I'm not going to enjoy some of it because you asked for it. You getting what you asked for. You said less police, you're getting it. You say no cash bond, you're getting it. It's on you. What you going to do? Buy a Ring camera so that you can help with the investigation of your own body dropping? Do what you do. I find it fucking hilarious. Here comes a lot of brand new babies, y'all. Business ideas. Y'all better open up y'all some daycares and all that kind of shit. If it's happening, you get rich off of it. That's how other people do it. When some shit go down, they get rich off of it. Open you some shit. Become a doula. Do whatever you got to do so that you can have a cash grab. Because since these bitches ain't gonna listen, somebody got to make that money. Period. You better start fighting for your rights. Use a condom. Quit fucking them. How about that part? Any goddamn way. I love y'all to pieces, and I'm getting ready to get up out of here so I can talk some more shit. You already know what it is. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.